This is probably the most embarrassing of those entrance stories.
Yeah.
I was down in South London once, went down to some party that was taking place in some kind of swanky bar, where there was a doorman on the front and a charge. I think it was something mental, like a tenner to go in. It was crazy. It was ludicrous. I don't know what I was doing there. And I was in the queue.
We'll establish what you mean by swanky later, because that could be.
And it was a posh place. Was it? And so there's a queue outside, and there was one of these doormen who thought it was like kind of Studio 54. He was like sort of choosing people who could come in. Yeah, you two come in now. I've been there for ages, obviously. I was on my own because I got there late.
Exactly. I've dressed up for this.
And there were these two girls next to me. I'm thinking, if I'm in a queue, I've told you before, if I'm in a queue and if I'm stuck with two girls, I'm thinking, what a great opportunity. Use the old merchant charm. Yeah. And so I'm there, and I'm sort of thinking, sort of give them a nod or whatever, a wink.
Yeah.
They're loving it.
Yeah. They move to the back.
They're putty in my hands, Rick, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, to really seal this off, I'll get us in. Like, I'll sort of skip the queue. So the guy sort of coming along, he's picking people off, the doorman, and I just grabbed him. I just grabbed him like that. And I said it so everyone could hear. Right? And I thought this was brilliant. I said to him, how much is it? He went, 10 quid. I went, I'll give you 7. That was my bribe. I'll give you 7. That's the whole £3. No, that can't be right.
No.
He must have said a £5, and I said I'll give you 7.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
That's giving him a £2 incentive.
A £2 incentive.
That's it. I'll give you 7. You can make up the 10.
Exactly.
You can, if you let me in, you can put in 3 yourself, mate. That never works, does it?
He said to me. He said to me, I can't be bothered. I'm just gonna have a kip, I think. I'm so tired.
Was it percentages that put you off?
That frazzled me initially.
I mean, it's a funny anecdote when you're giving him £2.
Yeah.
It's even funnier when you're getting him
when
to
he's
put
paying
up
me
stuff.
as well.
But then later, I became very hooked on American TV later.
Oh, I love it. Well, we're gonna play a record, then we're really gonna concentrate. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais show.
That was it.
Steve Merchant's also involved.
Go to bed.
Oh no.
Bloke with one eye.
Like that Steve trying to impress a girl in a queue, offered the bouncer £2 for himself if he could go to the front of the queue.
Man, that was so embarrassing. I tried to bribe. Did I tell you that, Karl? I tried to bribe the bouncer. He was coming out. He thought he was in total. He was like the bouncer of the Met Club, or the Met Bar or something.
Tenner in.
He was choosing. No, he wasn't. He was picking people off. Right. That was it. He was picking people off, and he was going, you can come in. You can come in. I got chatting to a couple of girls. I thought, I'm in here. I'm sorry, dear. And I thought I'll act flash. I'll try and bribe my way into the club. The guy was walking past. I cornered him. I went, "Wee, how much did it go in?" He said, £5. I went, I'll give you 7. And £2. I thought, because the problem I had was I didn't want to go straight to like a tenner, because if he accepted 7, I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to waste money.
Right,
so I thought we could at least haggle.
It was the term. Is that frugal? What is the term for that? Thrifty? I know.
But I'm resenting this because you are trying to create this this myth that I'm somehow, that I'm somehow cheating my money, or that I'm not a great lover. Do you know what I mean? And that's sort of, I'm like, it's annoying me, frankly.
Oh, dear.
So, Karl, do you think, and maybe Ricky as well, do you think you know much about DJing for, the sort of the wedding party, or maybe someone's 18th? Oh, really? Okay, let me just offer a little hypothesis for you then. All right, the buffet's been served, right?
Yeah.
People have done some speeches, like it's a wedding do.
Yeah.
So you've already played some records early on, you've stopped for food, you've just played some light backing music in the background while the food's been served. You want to get the party rocking again, what do you kick off with?
It depends. I've already got it down to 2 or 3 records.
Okay, I'd like to hear what they are.
Well, I've got it down to Earth, Wind and Fire.
Right.
That'd be great. If there's, depending on, or you want to go a bit more modern, I'd probably start off with sort of Will Smith.
Well, careful, Rick. I've got to bear in mind, it is a wedding do, so there's people from age 8 to 80. You got to cater to every market.
Okay.
Karl, what about you?
See, this was back in 88, so...
Yeah.
Kylie.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what the definitive track is?
Go on.
Oh, What a Night, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Ding, ding, ding. People don't realise what it is exactly. It's straight away. Ding, ding, ding. Bow, down, 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 down. I can't actually play it. But, Oh, What a Night. Late December back in 60. That leads you straight into a 70s medley, and everyone's loving that. I'm thinking Bee Gees. There's going to probably be some kind of ABBA track, Dancing Queen, all going to storm. You're turning your noses up. I can tell you this, that we got bookings endless. People are going, you're amazing. I don't know how you do it.
I wouldn't have got up. I would have sat there.
Well, you might be, because you're one of those grouchy, you're one of those moody teenagers. Oh, I'm not going to dance to this. I'll tell you, the old ladies would have been up. the people with a decent bit of musical taste would be up.
No, the
Ricky
first
Gervais would
person
be
to get up is a fat lady in a dress with bad ankles and a little kid who's got problems and he's in a little DJ.
See, the problem with you two is you're not catering to the market. You're trying to be all sort of bohemian and kind of off, teach people about music and stuff. There's no place for Kylie, not at a mobile disco. Far too avant-garde. All right, kick it in. Grease Megamix.
Play a record.
Come on, Eileen. Have you got Come on, Eileen? Play that.
What are you going to play?
Love Shack. Coldplay.
Excellent. Yellow.
Well, you never
It's
say
the
that.
excellent single by Coldplay. It's Yellow. Oh, Yellow. That's Yellow by Coldplay.
We're talking about embarrassing stories and stuff, and I don't know if I've told this on this radio before. Have I told you, Karl? I'm not sure. But this was when I was working at the BBC. This is not even long ago, and I'd moved to London, and I was fairly new in London. And I was working at the BBC, and I had this BBC hire car, and I've never told it. If there's anyone listening who works for the BBC, I don't know if I can still get in trouble for it. But this BBC hire car, and it was like I'd been ferrying kind of actors and people and production people around all day in this car. And I was driving back, it was quite late, it was about sort of 7 or 8, and I was driving back, and I pulled in to get some petrol to fill up the car every day. And I went into this garage to fill up some petrol, and I was there, and two blokes came in a white van, right? They sort of pulled into the forecourt, and I was filling up the car, and they went, "Hey, do you want to buy a couple of speakers?" And I said, "Yes, I do."
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you the reason. It was like I was so flattered that they thought I'd be the kind of bloke who would A, need some kind of classy speakers, and B, would like to buy them on the sly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought, they like the
They've
fact
seen me. They've seen I look a bit of a hustler.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm a street sort of guy. You can see by the way I use my walk.
Exactly. Yeah. So I couldn't believe my luck. So they drove behind the garage, the little sort of garage bit at the back, and I went round there, sort of casually went round there, sort of locked the car, went round there. They went, open the back. You had 2 speakers in there. I said, "Are you sure these aren't knocked off, mate?" He went, No. We work for Dixon's. This is the story he spun me. We work for Dixon's, right? And we're delivery men. And if we make a delivery and the person's not there to sign for the goods, then we have to bring them back to the warehouse. But if we can sell them on the way back, then that's really good for Dixon's.
Dixon's must love that.
And instead of thinking, are you sure some kind of troubleshooter didn't... I mean, did someone going to go into Dixon's and go, you're not getting in the garage forecourt market?
Jones.
Exactly.
Get a couple of lads in a white van.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I sort of bought this story, and I was a little bit dubious, and I went, right, let me hear them then. And he wired them up to the car stereo, and boom, 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 they're playing. So it was some groovy hip-hop. I was thinking, great, these guys know what I'm into. Yeah. And he's giving me the talk and stuff. And I said, I'm a bit worried these are knocked off. He went, no, listen, we got a bloke at Dixon's who can confirm this is fine, right? Phone him up, use my mobile, right? And quote this reference number, right? So I phone out, they go, and I goes, I go, hi, some guys here in a garage forecourt trying to sell me some speakers. Just wanted to check. He went, it's fine. I went, should I just read the reference number or whatever? He went, if you want. And X14, and I went, yes, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what that was, don't you? That was actually Mr. Dixon himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, well, they sound great. They're giving me for a knockdown price. I'd say they were like 400 quid, they were like 200 quid or something. It was a good bargain. I was in the market for some speakers as well.
Yeah.
So, while they were loading
it's
them
all kosher. I phoned Dixon's.
Exactly. I phoned Dixon's. That's fine.
Yeah.
So while they're loading them in the back of the BBC hire car, right? I'm in there paying for the petrol, right? And the guy who's serving goes, all right. He goes, what were you doing around the back with those blokes? Right? Because obviously there's security cameras filming this whole transaction, right? And he goes, what are you doing around the back? And I went, brilliantly, there's some old mates. Some of my mates were just having a chat and that. He went, oh, right, okay, like giving me obviously the evil eye. So I went back to the van. So I'm in the car now and I'm driving with one of the blokes who's in the van with me because I didn't have the money on me. So I had to go to the cash point to get the cash, right? So I'm driving with him and the other guy's following me in the van and he was like a northerner like you and he's giving it all the, all right, yeah, I tell him my girlfriend's a DJ, she's got some of these speakers, they're fantastic, and he's giving me this. And then my mind starts working. Now that I've got a bit of time to think, I'm thinking, wait a minute, this all sounds a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
It dawned on me, Rick.
Fool, are you? You're streetwise.
Exactly.
You're streetwise, Steve.
Not only that, I was thinking, how am I going to get them home? I've got to drop the car off at the BBC. How am I going to get these huge speakers back to where I live?
And how can I pay for them? Because I've just spent £100 on Find the Lady with a couple of blokes in the square. It seemed like a fair game. Some of his friends were winning.
But so I explained to him, I said, I can't get them back to like Brixton where I was living at the time. He went, don't worry, give us an extra 20 quid, we'll take them home for you.
Oh, that's good. Delivery. They do a whole service, you see. And there's also a backup guarantee. Did they have the guarantee, the 3-month guarantee?
They didn't.
No.
But I said, I'm not sure about that. He went, well, why don't you put them in a cab, send them back, and your housemates can collect it. I was like, oh, no, there'd be no one in. And I was beginning to sort of get a bit conscious of like, maybe this was a bit of a scam after all. So I pulled into like a little side road. And I said, I'm not sure I'm into this now, actually. He went, what are you talking about? It's 200 quid for a pair of speakers. It's a bargain. You never get a bargain like this, mate. I'm going, not too sure, actually. I don't think I want them. He went, 150 quid, mate. 150 quid. I went, no. He's 100 quid now to you. And I'm thinking, thinking, wait a minute, this doesn't sound like the kind of work that Dixons would be doing.
Dixons don't do that when
I'm
I
not
go
sure
in.
This is it.
Dixons never negotiate in that way.
When I go there, look around and I leave, they go, where are you going? I go, I go, no, we'll have anything then. Have anything for a
So
quid.
I stopped the car and the white van pulled up behind me with his mates in.
Sure.
And I said, can you get them out? I'm not interested. And he went, 100 quid, mate. Oh, and he was just going, you tosser. You obviously want some speakers. And he was having a go at me. So I was carrying the speakers out and putting them back in the white van. And he was just shouting at me. He was going, 70 quid. I was like, 70 quid from 200. This is ludicrous.
You realise that wasn't Dixon's policy then.
Exactly.
They don't
At
usually
that
shout
moment-
you tosser as you leave the shop and walk down Camden High Street. They're not usually shouting you tosser.
You should have took the offer of like the monthly payments they've got on at the moment.
So I eventually put them in there and I sort of knocked the deal on the head and I got back in my car and they were in theirs and I just looked in the rearview mirror and they were punching the dashboard like with aggression and venom, like we let that deal slip through our fingers. And I've never been so terrified in my life. I just sat there and I was just thinking, oh my God, all I was thinking now is what if I go back to the BBC and they go, we've had a call from the police, the man at the garage, he saw you doing a dodgy deal.
I
in the back
love
of
it.
the car.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
what you do is you put the hire car in a drain in your front garden and then go in and out of the toilet, just pouring bleach down or Ajax and then never know.
Have you told? Can you talk about your grandparents?
Well, my grandparents, of course, the thing about my grandparents, I have mentioned this before.
Yeah. I love
I
this.
think they've got about 3 teeth between them. It's unbelievable. My grandfather.
They're all their own though.
He was in the RAF in the war, right? And for some reason, he had problems with his teeth, and they pulled them all out and they
really?
replaced them with a false set of false teeth. But during the wartime, I don't know whether this was just like what it was like during the war or just the 40s, but he had a kind of wooden plate put in with like some kind of fake teeth attached.
Oh, no.
And he's never had that changed. So he's still got the wooden plate and about 3 teeth still hanging on it.
Oh.
It's just so he and my grandmother combined, they cannot eat anything that's kind of solid. So they will literally get up for Christmas dinner. They'll get up and they'll put the meat on like it's sort of 6 a.m, go back to bed for the day, get up and eat it about 9 o'clock at night. And the best compliment you can have if you've cooked dinner for my grandparents is, oh, this is lovely. You can suck it away.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine
Why
having
don't
to
they
suck
just
it through a straw.
liquidise it? Have a nice little
They
roast
have done.
smoothie.
They have done in the past.
Really, and a little apple crumble smoothie to
If we
follow.
take them out to eat, like at a restaurant or something, we've got to phone ahead to make sure there's fish on the menu.
Really?
Because they can only have fish. But then the bones, you see, that's a problem for them.
Well, you can take the bones out of fish, can't you, and sort of mash it up.
Yeah, but the eyes are going
Steve,
as well.
could I suggest the fish cake? It's already mashed. It's with the potato. It's in a crispy crumb, which doesn't hurt anyone, whether you got teeth or not.
Rick, can I
Go on.
make a little...
Yeah.
I just want to make it... Because obviously not
Yeah.
everyone's as fortunate at Christmas, Rick,
No,
as us.
we're
What
talking
about the
about-
vegetarians? What are they eating?
A nut cutlet.
What the
A
hell is
lovely little nut cutlet. Can't they have like tofu, but in the shape of a turkey?
But I love the fact that so often, certainly your Linda McCartney veggie items, they always try to fool you into thinking it's the real thing. Some veggie sausages that they've injected with something so they'll taste like sausages.
Yeah.
I got to
Is
get
it
rid of it.
true? We're talking about when his dad said that, and then you told me something that I find amazing.
Oh, well, the
your-
thing is, it's Christmas. Obviously, I've got to go back to Bristol. I love seeing my family. Well, yeah, I do. But it means I see my grandparents who are, brilliant people. I mean, lovely people, but mental. I mean, utterly mental. And they've taken now there must be sort of 80 a piece. And it is quite an old age, but they're fairly good health, relatively speaking. And they just spend their time in bed. I mean, that's all they do, that's their profession. They've retired to go to bed. And they spend all the time in bed. I tell you what they're like. They're like that old guy, they're like all that old family in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, none of them had got up
Yeah.
for like 25 years.
Yeah.
And
you said that they go to bed and they go to sleep, but then when they wake up, what they do is put an extra pillow so they're slightly more upright, and that's them in the day in bed.
That's
Right,
their
so that's active.
daytime
Yeah.
thing.
But they get up and cook and stuff.
What
do they?
they do is they've got about 6 teeth between them. I mean, my grandmother needs false teeth, but refuses to go and have the old ones extracted and the false teeth fitted. So she's working with about 3 or 4 teeth.
Oh.
My grandfather had false teeth given to him during the war.
Wooden ones.
Well, it was plastic teeth on a wooden pallet, right, that sits at the top of the mouth. He's still got the wooden pallet, but most of the teeth have come off. So there's about 4 teeth left, 4 false teeth. He's got a set of false teeth that make him look like he needs false teeth. I mean, that's pretty bizarre. So the problem is that they have to get up. They get up about 7 a.m. to put on, say, some beef or lamb, whichever they're going to cook. They put it on at 6 a.m, 7 a.m, so that by the time they eat it at 6 at night, eat, they can use the phrase, this is what a good meal is for my grandparents, if they can use the phrase, oh, that's lovely, you could suck it away. You could suck it away. Who wants that from a roast dinner? You may as well blend it up and serve it as a broth.
I don't want that phrase coming from old people without teeth.
No, indeed.
Because it must remind you of your rent boy days.
Exactly. It brings it all flooding back.
Oh, God. Flooding's the word.
Exactly.
Should we play a record before we get really disgusting about your grandparents and blowjobs? That is the worst thing
we've said the word blowjob far too many times today.
And in the same sentence as you... I can't believe.
Anyway.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
You know, I've said in the past to you, Rick, that my grandparents, so I love them dearly, but it's like for the last 30 years they've been waiting to die.
I know.
It's like they just sort of, it's like, you know, the novelty wore off of life.
Life in the 50s.
Yeah, they got kind of bored of it. Life, in the 40s, it was brilliant. All sat around the old Joanna as the bombs fell, singing. They loved that. The 50s, you know, that was great as well, because that was the post-war years. It was, you know, it was a bit tight in the pocket, but it was alright, everyone pulled together. Then the 60s came along, all the crazy music, the funny hair.
Let's stay in bed.
Exactly, they basically stayed in bed. And it was one Christmas when my grandmother said to my dad, what do you like for Christmas? What do you fancy for Christmas? And this must have been, well, I don't know, 20 years ago. She said, what do you fancy for Christmas, Ron? And he went, well, you know, I could do with a nice big kind of warm winter overcoat. She said, don't worry about that. She said, don't worry about that, because your father will be dead soon. It's right, you can have his. Meaning my granddad. Well, to be honest with you, my father's still waiting. Which is good news. Good news for my grandfather. Less good news for my dad. He's freezing.
He's freezing. He finds out, how is he today? He's fine. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm freezing.
It's such a weird mindset, that. I think that, to me, is what sums up people from that older generation, the 40s and 50s. And it seems to me that you've got that kind of mindset. It's like you were born in the 30s. And whenever you talk of your childhood, it's like you had like a baked potato to take to school. And a hoop and a stick as a Christmas gift.
The other thing is, I think that that sort of generation, it seems that the man is dependent on the woman. There's a total dependence.
Oh, absolutely,
If she dies, he's done.
Yes.
He's done for. Just pine away. If he dies, she's got 30 years of pottering.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And going to, like, you know, the youth club and the church.
I know what you mean, yeah.
It's sort of like that. It's sad. Of course, it's sad for them, but it's sort of not the end of their life.
No, sure.
And it sort of is the other way around. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That's a little melancholy thought for.
I know. I've really you brought it down. You've brought it down. I've brought it. This isn't a nice show at all. This is terrible.
Well,
we're going to have people just killing themselves.
Yeah. Listen, let me just tell you briefly, this is another example of how people can just exploit you and make fun of you when you're tall.
Yeah.
I was quite tall. I've always been like about 6'7" for quite a while now. And when I was about 16, I went to a big New Year's celebration in Bristol, where I come from. And everyone kind of congregates in this big sort of part of town, and there's sort of people dancing around, like in Trafalgar Square. And I was there, and somehow I just picked up a balloon somewhere along the line, one of those kind of helium sort of balloons, and I was holding that, sort of dancing around. And these two girls came up to me, and I was thinking, yeah, okay, you know, it's New Year's Eve, brilliant, you know, that's my kind of party.
Yeah.
They came up, they went, hey.
Once a year.
And they said, you going to be here for long? And I went, well, maybe. And they said, it's just that we've arranged to meet back at you in about an hour. I went, what do you mean? I went, well, it's just because we can see you wherever you are. Don't worry, you can move around and stuff. We'll see you with the balloon. Just arranged to meet some friends.
I love that. A landmark.
So, like,
pilots use that. Oh, we're just coming in. When we see Steve Merchant, we'll be descending to Bristol Temple Mead.
What's really funny is New Year's Eve, Trafalgar Square, you got a huge column, but they use Steve as like the meeting point.
Steve's got a huge column.
Brilliant, Rick. Well done. Award-winning comedy from Ricky Gervais.
Weren't you in a car park once?
Oh, no. It was New Year. And we were all gathering up. You know, like in Trafalgar Square at New Year, everyone gathers and they have a big kind of party and stuff. Well, in Bristol, they do something very similar on a smaller scale. And I was there one New Year, I was with my friends, and I for some reason I picked up a balloon during the evening. You know, I don't know where I got it from, but I was holding this balloon, and these girls came up to me, and I thought, yeah, nice, you know, maybe a little New Year kiss. They came up, they said, hey, are you going to be here for a while? And I said, well, yeah, I probably will. They said, it's just that we've arranged to meet back at you at midnight. What do you mean? Because I was so tall, I had a balloon. I was towering above everyone else. I said, what? I said, we're going to meet back at you at midnight. They said, don't worry, you can go about your business because we can see you wherever you are.
This is where Nelson's column is.
No. No, this is in Bristol.
Oh, right, okay,
yeah. And so I'm sort of wandering around, and then at midnight these two girls turn up again, and some of these lads come and meet them, and they're sort of laughing and joking. I'm thinking, they're probably going to invite me back to a party. I watched them get in a cab. They went off. They had a wild night. But then I did have a balloon, so it was a great New Year for me.
I did have a balloon. Oh. You were going to tell us a little story about
just
a Volvo
passed my
estate?
test.
Yeah.
My parents had a big Volvo estate, and there's quite a big car to drive.
My parents didn't have a car.
But I know you don't drive cars, Rick, but it's got a big car to drive if you've just passed your test.
It's safe though, isn't it?
It is very safe, that was the thing.
Yeah.
And come from the West Country, obviously, there's quite a lot of windy lanes around there.
You're joking, do you?
They have cows there.
Oh, here he comes. Blimey, Karl.
Learned on a tractor, automatic it was.
Do you want me to tell it or not?
Oh! Don't give up the accent! Oh no, I'm not a word. Oh, go on. Go on.
So I went to this party.
You never got him being from the north.
Not when he's telling an anecdote.
He's never told an anecdote.
Oh yeah, fair point.
Yeah, go on.
So I went to a party, and I was quite excited because I had the car, the motor, and there was a chick heading down to the party that I was like, I had my eye on. And I thought, now I've got a car, and going to the party, it's going to be amazing, right? And various friends had said, like, can we get a lift? I thought, yeah, groovy.
Yeah,
I'll pick up the chick as well, who was a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
So cruising down to the party in the motor, the Volvo estate, and there's nothing sexier than that. Slipping a little bit of Billy Joel on the stereo or whatever. Something classic.
Go
Exactly. And maybe it was Billy Ocean. I think maybe it was quite a Billy.
Maybe it
Billy
was
thing.
get out of my dreams, get into my car.
Ideally.
Yeah.
So I get to the party, and inevitably it was one of those house parties where the chick that I had my eye on, she kind of was chatting to other guys, and she wasn't really paying attention to me, and I was sort of...
Find out to get, was she again?
Same old story.
Oh, they make me
They
laugh.
know how to tease, don't they, the ladies?
Laugh. Who are they kidding?
So I'd follow her like a dog, from room to room.
Yeah.
And watch her
Quite
while...
literally. Sometimes he was barking.
Yeah.
Go on.
And while, just watch her while she talked to other blokes. And then, obviously because I was driving, I wasn't drinking, so I was not really enjoying myself. And then somebody said, should we go and pick up Vera? And I thought, right, okay. And they went, Steve's got a car, let's all leap in there, we'll go pick up Vera. And this girl was like up for it as well, so I thought, brilliant, I'll be back in the car with her, away from all these lads.
Yeah.
One guy she had her eye on, he came as well. I was a little bit annoyed.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was in the car, so I'm driving down these country lanes, just driving along, and they're directing me, they're saying, go left here, go right. And then suddenly we stop, and one of them goes, just drive into that field, this pitch black field, right? And I'm sort of, well, it is my parents' car. Just drive in the field, Steve. I'm thinking, well, I don't want to, not seem like I'm a hard, cool, crazy kind of guy, because the chick's in the car. So drove the car into the field. They all leapt out, started running off into the darkness, shouting, Vera, 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 where are you? So I'm just sort of sat there in the car, waiting.
Wasn't Vera Lynn, was it? Because she likes to hide in fields.
Bizarrely, it wasn't.
Right.
It was just, I was just left in the car on my own with Billy Ocean, and suddenly, out of the darkness, they come back holding a Vietnamese pot-bellied pig that they had stole from a nearby farm, and they knew that the pig was called Vera because someone knew the farmer or something. Anyway, so they got this pig, so now they're going, I'll put the pig in the back of the car, we'll take it back to the party, it'll be hilarious. I'm thinking, well, I'm not sure I want a pig and all its, piggy crap in the car, right, crammed in there. But they say, yeah, so obviously I'm thinking again, I don't want to look like I'm, a nerd. I'm terrified of that, Rick, ever happened.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So
you go, hey, bring the pig into the car.
Exactly.
I'm no nerd.
Exactly.
Yeah, go on.
So now we drive off again. I got this pig kind of squeaking in the back of the car. And, they say, stop again. Let's do some cow tipping. And they do that old thing, about the fact because cows sleep standing up, don't they? So you can push a cow over and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're having a wild time, hilarious. So this time, now we get to a sort of dead end in the road. And, they say, well, turn around, let's go back to the party. And I'm thinking, fine. Try and do a 3-point turn in this very narrow country lane, right? Get the Volvo estate wedged horizontally across the road. Can't get it out, just can't seem to sort it out. I don't know what, I'm panicking because there's a pig in the car, right? And, local disgruntled farmers, right? People drunk, partying, probably off their head on some kind of weed. Rick.
Was it loads of blokes with pitchforks and flaming torches
Exactly.
going, burn him. He's playing with our pig.
Exactly that. And so that, I was so terrified that all I could think was they're going to have to send a helicopter to lower a magnet onto the top of the car to lift the car up and put it the right way around.
You used to read a lot of comics, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I started doing?
What?
Crying.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just started crying, just very slightly, started getting upset. And the other guy that the girl fancied, he had to get into the driving seat and sort it out for me by slowly edging forward
So
and
that's the
backwards.
worst bit of the whole story.
Yeah, edging slowly back and forwards. He just sorted it out, just slowly worked the car back round, and then we were off.
You're just gently weeping.
Just gently
where
weeping in the back.
The bloke had just taken the bird that you saw from a distance.
Exactly.
That was basically your wife in your head by then.
Oh, yes.
Wasn't it? I can't
We were
believe it.
happily married with a pig for a child.
Don't joke, that could happen.
I know.
The pigs come, if you like.
Sorry? What did you say? What did you say? What did you say?
When you do what, Karl?
What? What did you say? No, what did you say? Because I don't want to have to go to the radio authority again. What did you say then? Just remember.
We are going out live, Karl.
Yeah, remember Tom Binns, right? What did you say?
What I'm saying is, why were they shouting Vera? Because pigs don't come to the name, do they?
Hey? I don't know the ins and outs of pig, how to lure a pig into your trap.
Can I just tell you some very, very interesting things about pigs?
Please do.
Right. One, everyone knows they have a corkscrew-shaped penis, right?
A corkscrew-shaped penis. That's the tail, isn't it?
Two, they can't look up. They can't put their head back and look up, right? Three, they can have a 30-minute orgasm.
Rick, is it only pigs that have got a corkscrew-shaped penis?
No, and landlords.
Okay.
Very handy.
Right.
No, but you agree with me on that. People who just I can't stand noisy eaters. People who go
No,
like that,
I do agree with that.
and people eating crisps. As I said before, people eating crisps in cinemas.
Anyone who's making noise in the cinema, it's an
I know.
absolute
Are
crime.
they must be mental. They've gone to see a film. There's people they don't know there. Everyone's paid £8.
And they're crunching away.
Oh, leaving their phones on.
I was in the cinema. There was a 16-year-old girl. Took a phone call in the cinema. The film was running. She went, "Hi, yeah, I'm in the cinema." Started having a conversation on the phone. I was thinking, how important is this call that you've got to receive? Oh, it's Tokyo ringing. Mr. Yakamoto's there. The deal's going through. It's Saturday afternoon. You should be up there hairdressed. I was in the cinema.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Yakamoto's coming round tonight, and we can't use my pad, so you've got to make him a meal.
Yes.
Don't you and your wife muck things up for me?
But I was in the cinema. It's not long ago, and I went to see that. I think I was off to see that film, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or whatever it's called. You know,
Well, they could be on the phone for that because there's subtitles, so it's not going to ruin it, is it?
It wasn't her. I was sat next to another woman. She was crunching, a big fat woman.
No, but he's got a good point there.
Loads of people could be on the phone in there and it wouldn't sort of niggle you.
Fine. Well, at least we've cleared that.
Imagine if that was true.
No, because, it's like when you go on the tube and read a paper, there's loads of noise, but you can still concentrate, can't you?
He's got you.
Do you know what
That's
I mean?
such a great point, isn't it?
Right, yeah, because it's so easy to lose yourself in that magic realism world, with all the sound effects and music and surging, exciting noise, and there's a woman clattering on going, "Yeah, well, I'll probably meet you later, Stange. Should we get some Diamond White in and around by the park?"
Yeah.
Switch off. I do it.
Yeah, but we know what you're like, Carl.
Yeah, you can switch off, Carl.
It's like you can turn your ears off. That's the skill you have.
It's not the ears, it's the behind the ears.
Yeah.
It's the process between the ears and the brain that you can switch off, so we can still hear all these things like a cat.
But I was in there when there was this woman sat next to me. She was a big fat one. She was crunching on some popcorn. Again, that's a crime. Why they're selling popcorn in cinemas? I don't understand why
She
the
needs to
noisiest.
eat regularly, she's
Why
fat.
Why the noisiest food in a cinema?
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's come about.
Yeah.
Really makes me angry.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Smoothies. We want smoothies without straws.
Exactly. The trailer for that film AI, Artificial Intelligence, came on. Remember that? And the tagline was, "David is 11 years old. He weighs 60 pounds. He's 4'6" tall. He has brown hair. His love is real, but he is not."
Oh, yeah.
And she just went, "How old was he again?" To her boyfriend. Right? Just ruined everything. War film trailer comes on for some Pearl Harbor or something. She goes, "Yeah, I don't fancy that." Just announcing this, don't fancy that. Too many war films. So then the trailer, then the opening credit comes on for Crouching Tiger. And before that, that thing that comes up that says it's signed by the BBFC and it has the kind of certificate and everything, and that certificate to say what age you have to be to see it. That came up, and it said Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, in brackets subtitles. She went, "It's not subtitled, is it?" I thought this was the most famous foreign film for years. It won Oscars. It was a huge film. Everyone knew it was foreign. She goes, it went, and so the credits begin. It says Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. She went, "Stupid name for a film."
What? She just
She
wanted
paid
it.
to see it. She was with her boyfriend. So then it starts, right? And obviously it's in Japanese or Mandarin or something. She's like, yeah, and they're all talking in Japanese.
Japanese or Mandarin.
Whatever it is. So they're speaking in this, Japanese language, Oriental language. And she's going, "Don't they sound stupid? Hot ching chong 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 chong. Don't they sound stupid?" She was going, and then the subtitles come up, and it's quite a weird kind of strange language they're talking. And she was going, "Can't make the subtitles out either. It's both gobbledygook." Just wittering on every step of the film.
I totally agree with you, but what I like in your telling of it, I know you start getting quite
I'm
emotional.
genuinely livid.
But she went,
Mandarin or Japanese, some weird language.
Well, I don't know what it was.
It's a strange language. It's a strange language.
Well, anyway.
Oh, dear.
So then I moved. I climbed over several seats, made a big huff of, make a big show of moving.
Yeah.
Sat next to a guy on the phone, just chatting on the phone.
Oh, I'd have gone mental at that.
So now I hate that film. I didn't enjoy it. I don't like seeing it. I don't want to even think of it.
It's subtitles, isn't it?
Well, rubbish.
That's why I get videos.
Yeah, I should have thought that through, Karl. You're absolutely right.
Lamb chop.
Yeah, let's play Lamb Chop. This is brilliant. This is from this CD that came out recently with Uncut magazine. Occasionally they put out some quite interesting free CDs. And this was one that had various covers of Rolling Stones songs. And a lot of them were, quite shoddy, but this was a brilliant, specially done, I think, for the CD. It's Lamb Chop doing a version of quite an obscure Rolling Stones song called Backstreet Girl. It's just beautiful. Let's hear it.
Steve, you got any other toilet-related anecdotes?
Rick, my life is just full of toilet trauma.
Yeah.
And Karl, you may not realise this, but a while back I used to host, this is bizarre, I used to host a radio show on the BBC World Service, right? Now, if you want someone who's the voice of integrity, the voice of intelligence, the voice of a nation, you're going to come to me. That's obvious. And I was broadcasting, so now they've got listeners of something like 50, 60 million people around the world. It's mental, the listenership of the World Service. And I used to host this show with someone
It's a big place, Steve.
The World?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And anyway, so I had to be into Bush House where they broadcast from 10 o'clock every Friday morning to broadcast around the world to 50 million people, right? And one week, I went to the toilet in my house, right? Everyone had left. I got there a bit late. I got up a bit late. Already against me. The clock was already against me. Had to be there at 10 o'clock, broadcast around the world. And we got 2 toilets in our house, downstairs one, right? And the door had already been a bit dodgy. It was one of those doors where you had to give it a bit of a kick as you went in. It was getting a bit tight. I don't know what the wood was expanding or something. I'm in there. And same thing again happens. No toilet paper. I think, oh, God, I'm going to have to somehow kind of make it up.
Why don't you check first?
I normally do, Rick. It's just on certain occasions when I'm bleary-eyed or something, I forget, or occasionally I forget. Normally I do check.
Right.
And you've got to bear in mind that it's not like this is happening every week. This is over the course of many years that these incidents have accumulated. So
you've condensed them.
For the purposes of this anecdote.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. And, great. You're just brilliant to keeping the pace up of an anecdote there, Rick. You've just drawn in, I don't know where I am now. Anyway, I know where I am. I'm trapped in a toilet with no toilet paper. That's where I am. And I'm thinking maybe I peel off some of the wallpaper, things like that, but there's nothing I can do. I got to go upstairs. Well, exactly, but I have to go upstairs and find
toilet paper. Was there any?
There wasn't.
There wasn't. Oh.
I'll have to go upstairs and maybe find a notepad or something like that. Oh. And so I try the door. Right, the door's wedged. And I'm pulling on the door, and I can't get the door open. It's just like it won't come open, and it's already. And I knew it was going to come to this at some point. Like this is like the clock's ticking. I'm trying to pull the door open, trousers around my ankles again, and I'm thinking, well, what I could do is I could open the window, I suppose, and try and climb out, but. Not really, because I got the trousers around the ankles. And that's
or if it was raining, just stick your ass out, 2 birds with one stone.
Sadly, it was a beautiful day, Rick.
I call it the World Bee Day.
And so what I'm thinking is, I got my mobile phone in there, luckily, because it's in my pocket. I'm thinking, well, maybe I could phone, I would seriously...
Kleenex.
Maybe I'll phone the fire brigade.
At this point, it just dried.
No, it hadn't. It was...
Hold on. Was that little puppy not around? Because sometimes you can call that, it's got a little bit wrapped round it.
Listen...
Or just use the puppy itself.
There's 50 million people around the world going to need to hear my voice in 30 minutes.
Exactly.
And
where's Steve? He's not locked in a toilet again, is he?
Exactly.
Oh, no.
So I'm thinking about phoning the fire brigade, and I'm thinking, like, if I do that, it's going to be the first call that goes straight on the speakerphone.
Yeah.
For like the entire fire brigade service everywhere.
With a butch hero carrying you down over his shoulders with your trousers around your ankles.
Exactly.
Can I just not pull him up? No. You've got to be taught a lesson.
Yeah. But I imagine the idea of phoning up and going, hello there, I'm trapped in a room in my house. Oh yeah, which one is it? Oh, I don't need to know.
It's quite small. Is it?
Yeah. It's not the toilet, is it? Because we don't want to come and rescue someone who's trapped in the toilet.
Which service do you require? Paper?
So I think I can't find the fire brigade, the clock's ticking. So then I think one of my housemates is still in the house, but still asleep. So I phone the house number. Right, phone rings and rings and rings for ages. And eventually he answers the phone, right? Gets out of bed, answers the phone, yeah. Hi, it's Steve. All right, what's wrong?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I didn't wait, don't know. What are you doing? Just in the toilet.
Just downstairs in the toilet.
Oh, yeah, what are you doing? Well, I've finished what I'm... Have you got any toilet paper?
Any bog roll?
Yeah.
So he had to, kind of scrape together a few bits of paper, and sort of tinfoil or whatever he could find in the house.
A cactus.
Right?
Oh, no.
Pass it underneath the door. Right? And then I said, can you move away from the door because I don't want you to hear me as I'm, wiping the And so
You
he
didn't say that?
Yeah, well, I didn't want him to, that's embarrassing.
Sorry,
That's embarrassing.
What were you wiping it with? Not tumbleweed. What do you mean? What
No, but
noise?
I know what you mean.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Right.
So then I say, right, can you smash
Why was he hovering? Why didn't he want to walk away? Will you keep your, what was it, outside with a glass to his ear?
Yeah. Thankfully, there was a window in the door, but it was frosted glass. You could just see my semi-naked body moving around. And so eventually I said to him, look, listen, I'm going to need you to sort of kick the door in. He said, well, I don't want to kick the door in because you're going to have to pay for it, aren't we? I go, yeah, but I got to go to the World Service. Well, yeah. And he was a lovely man. He's the weakest man you've ever come across. It's like if there's one person you don't want to have to throw their body weight against the door, it was him. He's like he'll snap before the door will. So he's smashing against
This
the door.
sounds like a fetish to me, then. He went in there and there you were naked with lots of toilet paper. And you go, oh, you've broken the door down and there I am naked. Again.
Oh, you've rumbled me, Rick. I wish I'd not told that embarrassing story on the radio. Like it wasn't embarrassing enough, you've just got to make it slightly more seedy.
Oh, so did he get it down?
He did it, yeah, and I got to the World Service with like minutes to spare.
Oh.
And interestingly, I told that story to 50 million people around the world.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Did they understand?
I think so.
I mean, is that a bit of a problem when you're on the World Service? Like, thinking of things that everyone can understand?
Yes.
Because you can't.
It's a bit like when talking to you, Karl.
Yeah, exactly, Carl. I think you're on thin ice there, worried about people understanding what you're saying.
No, but you can't talk about stuff that's on the telly and that, because some people say, well, we haven't even got a telly here.
Oh, yeah, you're listening to XFM 104.9.
Yeah.
So let's carry on. Let's continue.
Well, absolutely. Well, obviously, Karl was out with me last night, and he saw that I'm, he knows I'm a ladies' man, and that was obvious. Karl, you could see the vibe around me, couldn't you? When the chicks were talking to me, and just remembered recently, actually, I was on a train coming back from hometown Bristol, and I was on the train, and this girl walks on, good-looking girl. I thought, hey, up, a largely empty carriage. I'm thinking, my luck's in, because I take every opportunity, Karl. That's the thing about me, I don't choose. She was a good-looking girl. She sat down. I thought she sat down right near me. I thought, brilliant. As this guy comes up behind her, and says, I think that's probably a boyfriend or something, sits down next to her. And I listened in on the conversation, obviously, because I'm pretending to read. It was very clever. I read the same page for hours, so I was pretending to listen. I was listening, but pretending to read. And I realised that it's not her boyfriend or anything, it's just some guy she's met on the platform. And I'm thinking, brilliant, if she's the kind of girl who's just going to start talking to someone, on a platform, on a train, brilliant, I'm going to be in here. Because he was only going one stop. So I'm thinking, what's the worst that can happen? He'll nick off, I'll get chatting to her, and who knows, I could join the... is there a train equivalent?
Foot High Club.
The Foot High Club, brilliant. And so I'm excited, I'm listening in. And it turns out that they're both kind of graduates who've just finished university, or they're coming to their finals or something. And they're chatting away, and he's making a couple of witticisms, and she's kind of tittering at his jokes. I'm thinking, well, I'll tell you this, if she's laughing at this kind of material, I am going to blow her away, with my kind of anecdotes and wry observations, It was weak stuff, I got to be honest.
Really?
He was coming out with nothing. He was running on empty, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And she was loving it. So I'm thinking, brilliant, I'm going to be right in here. And then they get moving on to higher brow things, and I think she was going to study kind of Marxism or something like that, or communism, something. And she was asking him, by way of conversation, she was asking him what he knew about Marxism, And he was fumbling for his vague knowledge of it that he had in his life. And I'm just sat there thinking, come on, love, in any given capitalist environment, the proletariat will revolt against their oppression by the bourgeoisie, and after a brief period of socialist rule, emerges a classist society governed by community cooperation.
Well, if that sort of talk wouldn't get a woman hot, I don't know what you'd use then.
If Marx and Engels is not going to get a woman sweaty down below, then nothing is. Then my name is
You're
not
just
Steve
biding your time.
Exactly. I'm just going to go in for the kill any minute.
Yeah.
So anyway, it comes to his stop. Right, he gets up. I'm thinking this is a piece of cake, and he gets off, and off he goes. He walks off, and I'm thinking brilliant. And I thought, I'll wait. I'll wait till the train's pulled away. I'm not going to leap in straight away. No. And he comes back along the carriage, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute. He goes, listen, do you mind if I give you my email address? Oh. Right, and if you want to get in touch, email me. I'm thinking, come on, you loser, get off now. Save your face, please, before it's too embarrassing. She accepts the email address because she obviously doesn't want to hurt his feelings, whatever. I'm thinking, fair enough. She's a good woman. I'm liking her. I'm loving her. I'm thinking that's my kind of girl. So anyway, he gets off. I'm sat there, the train pulls away. I'm thinking, I'll wait a few minutes, I'll just, give it some time. Her phone rings. It's her friend on the phone. And she starts saying it, and I was listening in, and she was going, just met a guy on the train. I'm thinking, that's true enough. She goes, he was a good-looking guy. I thought, you're having a laugh, love. To be honest. Because I was looking at him, and she said to her friend, he looks a bit like tennis player Boris Becker. I thought, you should be so lucky frankly, because I saw him. He had awful facial hair, if that's what makes him look like Boris Becker. Terrible little goatee beard. It was laughable. I thought, I don't know. And then she goes to the thing, and she's like, yeah, I met him, we got chatting and stuff. You know, and she was going, it's not often that you meet someone, you know, generally in life, who's, you know, kind of thoughtful and intelligent and funny. I thought to myself, I'm not even going to waste my time with you, love. Frankly, if that's what you thought of him.
You just walked away.
And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even bother talking to her.
No, you were just
didn't even waste my time with her.
If she thinks that bloke is not only great looking, but funny and intelligent, and she got on well, and he was polite, and it was a chance meeting, and he thought, and she thought that you were like a freaky looking dork who didn't even have the nerve to speak.
That is what she thinks, then I don't want to know her.
I couldn't. You walked away, and good luck to you.
And I have my dignity intact.
Yes, and she's nothing.
Well, but no, I have to just say once though. This is my DJing credentials. I was once playing music at a Scout Jamboree. Yeah. When I was about 16, 17. Big gig. There was 1,000 scouts there. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And I tell you this, we were playing on stuff. They were loving it. They were dancing. It was in a big marquee. Right. I slapped on Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Right.
They went mad.
They went mad for it. They were moshing. They were climbing up the poles. The organisers were going, switch that off. Right. They're going crazy. And I was there going, no, that's what they like. I'm going to do it.
And it was like Footloose.
It was unbelievable. It was just like Footloose. Then I came in with Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of. The place went wild. Yeah. And they were trying to get me off the decks. It was like Bill Grundy interviewing the Sex Pistols.
And then when the head of them had you killed,
exactly,
like there was some sort of mafia thing, and it was all hushed up. That the scouts went there one night with all candles, and they stood by a grave, and that was the end of the film. It was a film, I assume.
This genuinely happened.
I assume this didn't really happen.
Yes, it did. I swear to God, I was playing Smells Like Teen Spirit, and it went wild, and the organisers were going, switch that off. They're going crazy, and I was going, no, it's what they want.
Could I say something?
It was brilliant.
That to me, I've known you for about 4 years, and I've heard all things. That must be the highlight of your life.
Unbelievably so, yeah.
You've never had anything that good or exciting since, have you?
One day I hope to sleep with a lady, and hopefully it'll slide into second place.
Oh look, you're actually a little bit stressed there, aren't you? Because you had to drink last night, didn't you?
I had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
I was down at Steve's night. He was doing a bit of DJ.
Yeah.
Went down the store.
And that's why you're all grumpy.
What? Do you hear what he just said? What? I was DJing last night, obviously that XFM evening.
Yeah.
Hour and a half. My friend and I split the time on the decks.
Yeah.
What was the word you just used?
He went down a storm.
We went down a storm. Right, 3 girls, I was walking to the toilets during my set. 3 girls went, you are a genius. Right? What's his name? Dane Bowers?
Why?
Zane Lowe?
Because you played records in a certain order.
Yes. No, sorry, Rick, if you can't deal with that. Sorry if you're a little bit jealous, because this time you can't share the award. All right?
Dear.
But it was my credit this time.
You can tell he hasn't been a DJ. Because it's not just about...
It's not just about that.
The songs you play, it's the way you play them.
The way you play them, whether it's 33 or 45, very important.
Yeah, leave your hand on them as they're trying to go round.
But so 3 girls there, charmed by me, they loved it.
Yeah.
Zane Lowe, XFM DJ and MTV presenter, probably one of the coolest blokes alive. He came up, gave us massive respect. He said, I'm loving your set. He actually used those words, right? There were people coming up, they couldn't believe their luck. It was roaring. We'd stick on a track, people would cheer as it came on, right? My particular favourite, Karl, I think you'll agree, my particular triumvirate, LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, leading straight into House of Pain, Jump Around, then straight into that current Elvis track that's been re-released, remixed by Junkie XL. I played the original, which I'd already played on XFM before. I'm already there, cutting edge.
Yeah.
Right?
3 old tracks, you mean?
3 old tracks.
In a row?
Yep. And I think the words that would best sum it up are, I kicked ass.
Great.
Rick. All right?
Well, I'm going to be kicking some ass today.
Hey, talking of DJing.
Go on.
You know, I did that storming set the other night for XFM.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Go on.
This was down at a little club, in case you aren't aware of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went to the Sony's the other night.
Yeah.
Karl Pilkington sidles up to me, slips me an envelope.
Go on.
200 big ones in there.
Did you get paid cash for that?
Yeah.
£200. Taxman won't know about that. Cash in hand.
No, the tax won't know, because, I mean, obviously no one who ever works in tax is listening to local radio.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, so...
No, the taxman will know about it.
Yeah.
Because I'll declare it.
I would.
Put it, it's going straight down. I'll do it when I get home. Do it when I get in later on.
And don't write off rubbish that you buy anyway, like, you know.
No, I won't. No. I'll do it all above board officially. Fill it all in correctly. And so I'll send it now, I'll send it tomorrow so that you get it early. So it's not too busy for you, sir.
Oh, never mind.
But Rick, I just need to mention something quickly to you. When did I last see you? I saw you yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because we went up to Edinburgh yesterday. We were very nicely invited to go and talk at the Edinburgh International Television Festival. It was quite a big deal. We went up there and we were interviewed. And Ricky chose to go on the train because it takes like 4 hours. Is it 4.5 hours or something on the train? But it's quite leisurely. It's quite sort of gentlemanly thing to do.
Yeah.
I opted to go for the plane option and fly up there.
More modern.
Exactly. And they bankrolled that. They paid for it all, and that was all not very nice. And as I recall, when I last saw you, we got a cab, didn't we? And you asked if you could get the cab to drop you off at the train station.
Yeah.
And then it took me on to the airport.
Yeah.
Did I? Now that was before. The last time I saw you was before I got to the airport and missed my flight, wasn't it? Because I had to drop you off in the centre of town. Yeah, no, that was just before I had to pay £165 to upgrade to another ticket.
How did you not tell me that in the last hour?
£165, Ricky. I had to pay because we dropped you off at the train station. So, I mean, do you want to go halves on that, or how do you want to deal with that? How do you want to sort that whole mess out?
Why were you late?
Why was I late? Because we dropped you off in the centre of Edinburgh, and do you know how hard it is to get out of Edinburgh in rush hour traffic?
But it was only 3 minutes away, so you'd have missed it anyway.
No, because if we'd gone the other direction, it would have been 20 minutes. It took me like an hour to get to the airport. And I got there, and the plane had already left, and the cabbie was just laughing. He was saying, we're never going to make it. He goes, you were a religious man, you better start praying. I thought he was being facetious. He was absolutely right. £165.
But hold on, why didn't he tell you that when he picked up at 4:15?
It makes you wonder. So obviously I'm a little bit annoyed, because you know I'm not a man who likes to sort of spend unnecessarily.
But wait, this is not my fault, because you were there when we made that decision. I didn't impose this on you. We both decided that might be it. It's both our fault. I mean, it's no one's fault.
It's both our fault. That's fair. That's all I wanted to hear. It's both our fault. Therefore, it's both our financial obligation.
No.
£165. Just split that in half. Write a cheque, Rick. Write a cheque. It's fine. I trust you. You know.
Phone in. I think everyone. This is.
You're clearly
obvious.
irresponsible.
No, of course I'm not. If you share a cab and then one person's lucky enough to not be late and one person is unlucky enough, and that's what it is, bad luck. I don't think you share the obligation. It's a moral dilemma, this, isn't it?
But it's more than that, though, isn't it? Because let's be honest.
What?
Even if you had known that I was going to get there late, you'd have wanted me to hang around just so you weren't left around waiting for a train on your own.
No, because
you get bored sitting there. So you'd have wanted me to at least got in that cab.
I got there way too early. I actually got there I was there about 30 minutes early.
You made it fine then. That was
exactly. So I mean, I sacrificed me hanging around for half an hour so you could get it at 4:15. And the other thing is this: you were going to get it at 4:15 anyway.
Yeah, but I would, if I'd gone the other direction and not dropped you off in the centre, I would have been there in time.
Would we?
Well,
is that true? Wow. Only God knows.
Well, and the cabbie. What I mentioned it to. So,
I'll tell you what to cheer you up. I'll tell you what's better than 80 quid. I'll tell you what's better than, shall I?
Go on.
Music.
What, are you paying the whole 165?
Listen, look, I've brought in a little track here, Bruce Springsteen off the Tunnel Love album, and I know you're a Springsteen fan.
I'm a Springsteen fan. We should just qualify this, because a lot of people who listen to XFM are obviously a bit edgy about Springsteen. They just think he's this old, kind of ludicrous 80s rocker, the bandana, you know, the flying the flag, which he never really was.
No, that was Bon Jovi.
Exactly,
don't confuse
Bon Jovi. But seriously, no, do you know what I mean? He did write some great music in the 70s, and he's just got a little bit kind of pompous in the 80s, but he still turned out some amazing tunes, one of which I imagine is this one, Rick.
This one's called Brilliant Disguise.
Yeah. What about, are you a fan of any of the great English operas, like The Pirates of Penzance?
Yeah, Gilbert and Sullivan. To me, Gilbert and Sullivan were like probably their day equivalent of like Richard Stilgoe getting together with Tony Slattery. And then 100 years later, people go, it's brilliant. It is like, they might as well, I don't know, make any episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Right, yeah.
Into an opera. And in 200 years' time, we're going, that's genius.
Yeah.
Listen to this one. Look, this is Party Quirks.
Yeah, Amdram Society staging Worst Step. Because I was in the Pirates of Penzance once in an amateur production.
You used to like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I did, that was
Although I did watch it when it first came on Channel 4 about 15, 20 years ago.
But we did the Pirates of Penzance when I was in an amateur dramatic society in Bristol, the Bristol Operatic Society, Light Operatic Society. I don't know why I was involved, because I can't sing. My audition, I thought, this is how desperate they were for blokes. I swear to God, right, I can't sing, you know.
Well, you?
Yeah, all right, calm down. And I went in and they said, "So what are you going to sing?" I went, "Well, I want to surprise you." They said, "Do you want a piano accompaniment?" I said, "No, I don't think so." I went to the back. I swear to God, I went to the back of the room and I just sang Thumbelina, Thumbelina, tiny little thing. Thumbelina dance, Thumbelina sing. Thumbelina, what's the difference if you're very small? 'Cause when your heart is full of love, you're 6 feet tall. I just did that. And they just looked at me like I was the weirdest freak they'd ever had. Immediately put me in the chorus, because that was how desperate they were for blokes. We staged it, we rehearsed it. I couldn't remember the lyrics.
Thank God you were doing Thumbelina.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
dear.
I couldn't remember the lyrics.
What was it for? Was it Gilbert and Sullivan?
It was the Pirates of Penzance. There weren't enough blokes, right? So that we had to double up. So some of the pirates had to double up as the policemen who were chasing the pirates. A little bit problematic in the scene when the policemen and the pirates have a fight. That was a little bit tricky. And the worst thing, so there's this sequence where, like, the daughters of the Major General all kind of like, oh, beautiful, something like, oh, beautiful little girls are we, la 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 la. And the women they must have all been over 40. I mean, real kind of toothless crones creeping around in their 90s.
Is it the sort of women that buy one of those sort of porcelain dolls from the TV and go, look, I've had a baby. It's not a real baby. It is a real baby. I'm going to stab you.
Yeah.
One of those.
Exactly. It's the sort of women that you'd see maybe on TV's Bargain Hunt. The kind of contestants you get on there. Those are women who sort of, they're in Amdram and they think they've clung on to their looks, but they have never made it in the guy who was playing there's a guy who's supposed to be an 18-year-old prince, an 18-year-old pirate, the Pirate King. He must have been 40 years a day. He also directed the show, though, so he got to prance around in these thigh-high boots. Ludicrous. It was so embarrassing. It was shameful, really.
I'd love to go to Amdram.
Amdram is a whole other world. It's such an incredible place, because there's so much backbiting and envy and...
Really?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, it's worse than the real world of theatre and TV. It's unbelievable. Because the same old people get to do it every year because they can hold a note.
Can we go along?
You would absolutely adore it, Gervais. It is
film it, a secret camera.
Did I ever tell you about the time that my father, when I was younger, we went on holiday? My dad he'd bought a little boat. Little sort of wooden boat, make a 3-seater, and he and a friend of his went out with me in the boat. I was maybe 12 or 13. Went out and we sort of went, I think we were we had the little motor, outboard motor, chugging out. We just thought, we thought this was real seafaring stuff.
Brilliant.
We'd lost sight of the beach because we'd gone round a corner of like a mountain, or like a cliff. And so we were just round the corner, and there was this boy, just floating in the water. Not a boy, but like a boy. And, very tricky to explain that on the radio. It's the same word, isn't it? Boy, a boy, and a boy.
Yeah.
And so we float past that and we're just chugging along. The motor conks out. Oh, I can't believe it. We have to row back in. So they're rowing away. I'm just sat there. And we noticed that every time we sort of think we've got past this buoy, it just seems to be back where it started again. And we realised that the tide is taking us but not taking us out, taking us towards these rocks. And we've just got ravaged rocks. And we were a bit pretty scared because I can't swim very well. Or I couldn't at the time. I think when my dad had maybe bought, he didn't, I'll be honest with you, I inherited a lot of things from him. One of which was his carefulness with money. just the one life jacket.
How deep was the water?
Which I seem to remember he tore off my back and put on himself. So the water's pretty down. I'm not saying we would have necessarily died, but it was pretty scary because the boat, we were going to go crash into these rocks and stuff. It was getting pretty unnerving. And so they're sort of rowing like mad, we're just not making any progress. And we're beginning to think that this might be the end. And this boat, this kind of ferry boat, comes chugging by doing tours. Ching, 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 ching. And it comes by and my dad goes, oh, wow. We were going, brilliant, they can help us. They'll throw us a rope, they'll tow us back in. He was going, you've got to be careful, hang on, because according to the laws of the sea, if he rescues us, Steve, he can claim my boat. The laws of the sea mean he can claim my boat as salvage.
I love the idea of
that's like a reward. Doing
that.
But what I like is, his 12-year-old son might die, he's thinking about the boat.
I know, but also, the other thing, of course, is that I like the idea of this ferrymaster going,
Yeah.
The boat be mine now, or take your son.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
I need a new bed. That'll be just right. King size.
Oh dear, that's lovely.
I have to say, this is such a terrible confession. When I was doing a school play once, when I was about that age, 15, right, there was a girl who was in the cast with me, right, and she sort of, she was giving me the eye. I was thinking, well, I kind of thought she was, right? And
it was class.
But there was another guy there as well. I was sort of competing for her affections.
Oh no.
And he was quite a witty guy.
His name was Scott Hansen. He had long blonde hair.
Exactly, yeah. And I thought, well, the way to impress her, because I was 15 or whatever, I thought I was pretty smart. I sat in one of the adjoining dressing rooms, reading a copy of the philosophical book Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which I didn't understand, but which I sat there reading it in the hope that she would walk in and think, my God, you're reading Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance.
You don't go with the crowd. You don't want to come next door where we're talking about nonsense and people are flirting.
We're talking about the bangles and curly-whirlies.
You're in here saying, look, just, if you want to come and talk to me, you're welcome, but I'm not...
I'm a thinker.
I bet you thought you were Kwai Chang Kane, didn't you?
I thought it was like she'd think, Jesus Christ, I've never met anyone like him.
That is genius.
And I remember the one time she accidentally walked in, she went, oh, sorry, wrong room, and left again. And that was it.
Sorry, at 15, so this is about the time you took to wearing a bow tie to impress
slightly
people.
Younger wearing a bow tie.
I love that.
No, I used to watch a lot of Harold Lloyd films, and he always seemed to do very well.
I love it. I love the idea of at 15 you going, well, it's time I went to wooing. Right. Right, on with the bow tie. Where's the Zen?
Where's the pipe and my boater?
It's a time I got me a bow.
Yeah.
I love that. But songs are great as well. The other thing you do, sort of when you're about 15 and 16, is start writing songs about, like, the world's trying to take a piece of me. Hey, you think I'm going down? I'm coming back. I'm against the ropes. They try to drag me down. It's like you want to be Cool Hand Luke. Yeah. They put me in this emotional prison.
The man's on my back. Who?
They try and take a piece of me. Who do? Well,
you're 14.
Parents and that, don't they?
You're really comprehensive.
The teachers. Yeah. I absolutely love it. I still remember a poem. I'll not say his name. We're about 14, 15, and we had to write a poem, and obviously everyone's was pretty rubbish, but we mercilessly took the piss out of this bloke because I still remember the poem, and how he did it is he went through a dictionary and found things with that, and this is a poem, right? Okay, remember? I've remembered this for 25 years, right? The reason why I had to die. Did I bleed the blood of greed? What was my destiny? And when we hear this, we were laughing. I mean, for a year, we would go, what was my destiny? It was just great.
Can I hear it again? I enjoyed
the reason why I had to die. Did I bleed the blood of greed? What was my destiny?
That's almost as catchy as Monkey News.
Oh, God! Oh! I've got some monkey news for you. Let's play a record and come back, and I've got some great monkey news for you, Karl.
But, because when I was younger, I remember being outside a post office once when I was about 10 or 12, and finding a purse, and thinking, oh, that's nice. And opening it up, there was some money in there, and a pension book, and so it was obviously an old lady. I found an address, I sent it to her, and my mum said, you know, you've been so good there, you'll probably get a little reward. She'll probably send you a little reward. Nothing. I got maybe a thank you note, but no cash, no moolah, nothing.
Really? And
I was livid, because I'd been told that I was going to get a reward. I thought I've been a good Samaritan, nothing. So, many moons later, when I was at university, I learnt from that, and this is the most bizarre thing.
This explains a lot, doesn't it, Karl?
This is like the Mary Celeste. I went to a cash point to I thought, I can't get my card in here. And I realised there was already somebody's card in the machine. They put the code in, but then they just disappeared. They'd been kidnapped or something. So it was just there, waiting, sitting. It said, what do you want to do? And it gave you a number of options. I thought, interesting.
Steal or go to heaven?
Yeah, exactly.
You went, oh dear.
Well, I pressed balance, just to check what their bank balance was.
Unbelievable.
It was a considerable sum of money. I'm not going to lie to you. It was not typical student debt. It was like, I think they were a foreign student. There was a lot of cash in there, a lot of money.
Did you feel a slight bulge in your trousers when you saw the amount of money?
I couldn't believe my luck. I thought to myself, now then, I could just take that card out and hand it in, or I could teach them a small lesson.
Right.
And maybe give myself a reward, because last time I did that, I didn't get a reward. So if I give myself £30, then I'll take the card out.
30?
Give myself 30.
You didn't really?
Well, I thought that's a good reward. And I went in, I handed the card in, I took that.
Steve,
and that's a little reward for me. And I'll tell you this, don't think it's evil, because I went in and I bought everyone a drink.
Well, brilliant.
Yeah, I didn't tell them I got the money free.
Well done. Excellent. So probably gangsters are quite generous with the money they've stolen from other people.
Yes, but someone's negligence, Rick, has lent... the thing is this,
Steve,
right?
I believe it, except that buying people a drink, Karl. What do you think?
Well, I kind of thought that when he said it, but then I thought, but they'll be buying him back.
So he's still...
So in a way, he's still a winner.
Yeah. Everyone's a winner. in that situation, including the student, because frankly, if there had been a less scrupulous person who found it, they'd have probably helped themselves to a considerable sum.
I cannot believe he did that.
There was thousands and thousands of pounds in there.
What if Beadle had jumped out and slapped you with his little claw and said, we've been filming this, merchant?
Well, so what?
How old were you then?
I don't know, 19, 20?
Would you do it again, or was it just to get the world back for the old lady's purse?
Possibly do it again, yeah.
You're joking!
Well, you've got to think of it this way. You've got to think of it as there was a lot of money in there, and someone less scrupulous than me would have taken a fortune. They'd have cleaned them out. Whereas I just took a small reward, which I thought was more than enough for someone's negligence. And I've returned the car. They've got the car back. Everything's fine. Think of someone else. I could have gone on a spending spree. I could have been buying stuff, all sorts.
Yeah, but it wasn't yours at all.
Yes, but they probably would have given me a reward. And because, you know, sometimes people forget or, you know, they don't give you a reward, I thought I should take it myself.
You had to go at your dad for nicking a loaf of bread out of a phone box.
Yeah, but that's because it's for old people, geriatrics and stuff.
How do you know how old was your people who you were robbing from?
It was on a student campus.
Well.
Wow.
I think it was more, I thought it was excellent behaviour. I thought it was
that's
good, honourable behaviour.
That's showing another side to him, isn't it?
What would you have done, Karl, in that situation? And tell the truth.
I might have helped myself a little bit.
There you are.
I don't know what this is helping yourself a bit.
Like you say, just sort of, you know, send them back and sort of say, you know...
If you find a £1 coin in the street and you can be bothered to bend over for it, then have it. But someone's cash point card or personal belongings...
I'd let them know, though. Did you send it to them and say, I've service charge included. I've took that out already.
No, I handed it in to the...
You let them know? What do you mean you'd let them know?
I'd say, you know, you're lucky here. Right, I just took, I'd probably said 20, actually. Because that's just like one no.
Sorry, right, okay. You are winding me up.
No, I'm not. I mean, not for once. I mean, I know what Steve's like. He is tight, right? He is. And you know that, don't you, Steve?
Financially, you mean?
Well, no, I mean, just the way you are. You're very sort of, you know, you're not wasteful with your money.
I'm careful. No, I'm not wasteful. Absolutely right.
No, but to the extreme.
Not towards the extreme. Not towards the extreme.
No.
Look out for the pennies. The pounds will take care of themselves. All right? Simple to remember. Good advice.
Yeah,
all right?
But the thing is, right, I know that I take the mickey out of you for, like, you know, the way you look and stuff.
Sure.
Right?
Well, I'm right back at you.
But the thing is, you can't help that.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you something that women don't like.
Sure.
And it's fellas who are tight with the money.
Sure. I'm not frugal with money with ladies. I'm frugal with money with you.
Well,
I've got no reason to splash money out on you.
I've never seen you splash money out.
Well, you've never been out with me.
Steve, have you ever splashed out on a lady?
No, but I hope to one day. The right lady.
Play a record.
Sorry, just suddenly struck me something. I don't know if I mentioned it before. You mentioned that you tried to catch your guy out when you came back once. You opened the door really quickly to see what he was up to. Did I ever tell you when I was at university? Now, I'm very tall and I've got enormous feet. Size 14. Size 14 shoes. And when I was at university, everyone, it seemed to me, was wearing Dr. Martens. It was like you had to wear a pair of Dr. Martens. It was kind of the rule.
Dr. Martens was big for you.
Yeah, so that's a big pair of Dr. Martens. That's where the myth of the old woman who lived in a shoe, I think, came from. People with my size shoes. Anyway, I just literally kind of moved to university. I'd been there for like literally a couple of months. And obviously in that first period, you're quite keen to kind of, you know, reinvent yourself, strike yourself, you know, try and give an impression of perhaps being quite sophisticated, worldly, cool, all those things that, you know, you've left behind all your childhood friends, so you're trying to, you know, develop something.
He didn't bother, he didn't.
What, sorry?
You didn't bother?
No, I was working hard on it, and I was kind of, you know, I was doing alright, you know, and I had a tie-dye shirt, you know, I was looking good. And, so I was trying, you know, working hard to try and seem kind of cool and not freakish. And I came back from studies once, and I came in, and there was a little old cleaning lady that kind of would always come in every day and clean up our halls of residence. And I came back, and my door of my room was open, and there was like a little huddle of people just peering in, right? And I thought, this is odd, you know, that my door's open and I'm not in there, and there's people staring in the door. And I looked in, and the little cleaning lady had my Dr. Martens on and was clumping around.
Making them all laugh.
Making them all laugh, doing an impression of me.
That's amazing.
Imagine that. Imagine the psychological scars that has.
I don't know that she's more popular than you.
Yeah, exactly.
And they go, come on, Maud, let's go to the JCR.
Exactly.
And they carry her down. They go, drink. And she goes to, Steve, you better have that spotless by the time I come back. You go, all right, I will. All right.
But what I like is the fact that I'm sure that's not part of the cleaner's code. The cleaner's code is you don't have the keys to everyone's room, so you can go through their belongings and play practical jokes. I mean, surely it's a kind of, there's a trust.
She must have looked like a wall bracket. I went bowling with him once the first time, and we went bowling at this place. Where was it? I mean, Finsbury Park. And I'd never been before. And he goes, you got to wear special shoes. I went, all right. He went, so. He goes, have you got size 14? And she went, yeah, I've got one pair. And she put them on the table, and they look like crusty. Honestly, honestly, it looked like. It was. I just started laughing because they're so long and thin anyway, and they're multicoloured, aren't they? They're two colours, and it looked like Krusty the Clown's feet. And then this Steve just went, all right, 14. That is big, isn't it?
It is a huge size shoe. You're right. Yeah,
and it was just the one cleaner in them.
Just the one, sadly.
She did have loads of kids eventually and brought them up in there.
You were talking about renting an office. I'm a little bit intimidated because I'm just at the moment thinking about trying to buy a flat or something because I'm just tired of pissing money down the drain every month.
I know, yeah.
And, but I'm really petrified. I've put it off because I'm really gullible. When I'm confronted with anyone in a suit who sort of knows what they're talking about, they can sell me anything. I'm intimidated. It's like, you know, you're supposed to go in there and you're supposed to sort of act like you're the guy with the money. This is what I want. This is what, no. But I go in there and it's like, I'm afraid they're going to say, clear off. I don't want to sell you a house. I'm not interested.
Have you ever thought of like really putting on sort of like some sort of cool air? Like, sort of like kicking the door and going, what's that? Is it like, you'd be found out in 30 seconds, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
You'd go in there, you'd stub your toe, and they go, what do you give? I can't put my toe, I've got my toe.
Exactly, yeah.
Brilliant.
Just tapping the walls.
Yeah, tapping the wall. What's the rates? What rates? I don't know.
Well, do you remember, I don't know if I told you before, I wanted to buy a laptop computer, and everyone said, go up Tottenham Court Road, and I was reading like magazines and stuff, they were saying haggle, make sure you haggle, make sure you're planning to haggle, get the best deal you can. And I found a shop which was selling the computer I wanted, and I went in there, and I had this whole plan in my mind of what was going to happen. He was going to say, like, it's worth this. I'm going to go, well, look, I can get it cheaper here, I want to buy it from you, I'm going to haggle, and off I went. So I went in the shop, and I said, yeah, looking for this, interested in this Toshiba. How much is it? He went, it's 1,500 quid. I went, sure. Okay. I said, I'll give you 1,300. He went, it's 1,500. And I said, sure, but I'm willing to give you 1,300. He went, 1,500. And I was done already because he hadn't even begun to haggle. And I was assuming he'd at least go 1,400 and we could start, but nothing. So now I was screwed. My whole plan went out the window.
Yeah. What did you just leave?
No, I said to him, the thing is I can get this computer cheaper down the road, but, you know, I like what you're providing here. I like your service. I've had good stuff about you. It was amazing. I said, I've heard good stuff about you. And he went, I said, seriously, I can walk down the street, I can buy it there for cheap for like 1,400. And he went, well, see you later then. And I was like, right. So I walked out the place. I said, well, I'm going to have to leave then. And I walked out the place, and of course I wanted to get it from there because it was still the cheapest, so I had to walk back in again. I went, yeah. I've just had some second thoughts. Listen, I'll tell you what, I'll pay the 1,500. Can I get a free carry case? He went, the carry case is free anyway. I said, I'll take it.
The carry case is free
I got nothing.
No, but how much would you charge for that if it was on sale? Carry case a tenner. Well, let's just say it is a tenner. Give it to me for free. And he went, no, it's a tenner. And you went, well, you said it was free a minute.
Yeah. It's just pathetic.
That is lovely.
It's having to walk out making a big statement and then come back in again.
Oh dear.
So I'm really scared. I feel like I need someone to come with me and do all the talking. You know what they're talking about. Because I'm not going to be able to tell if there's subsidence or if there's damp or...
No, but you don't do that.
Don't I? Is that not my responsibility?
No, you get a survey done.
Sure.
And they charge for that, and then you don't have to go around doing it yourself.
Right. Could I make a saving if I did it myself?
Yeah, this should be over. Yeah. There's a hole in the wall, Steve. Yeah, but what's a hole in the wall?
Put some newspaper over that.
In Chaucer's day, that was the toilet. That'd be fine.
I'll tell you, you're going to go along later to the Live 8 gig and you're probably going to see some bands that are going to make an effort to entertain you, but if you want entertainment, Rick, you know it. There's only one person to book.
Go on.
Me. If you perhaps something to do, because I'm obviously a top DJ on the radio, but where I really come into my own is DJing in any kind of club environment.
Well, you told me you were DJing, I didn't go to it, DJing at a party, and you said the place was rocking.
The place was roaring.
And I loved it. Karl just said he was there and they weren't.
Well, that's nonsense, Karl, because you know very well that when I'd put on a tune, they'd cheer.
Yeah, but it was late on in the night, they would have done that whatever you put on.
That's nonsense.
No, they said they were happy and everything. I'm not saying they weren't having a good time. It was your party. It was all right, but they weren't going mental like you're sort of making up.
They were definitely going mental. When I put on the Proclaimers, they could not believe their luck. They would have walked 1,000 miles.
Was it good though? Were they really? What were they doing? They were dancing, were they?
Dancing and that, but they weren't sort of cheering, going, more and all that at the end.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
Take On Me came on. The big cheer went up.
Oh, I don't know who to believe.
I've been there, done it, Steve. I've been the DJ as well.
It might be jealousy. It might be like
professional jealousy there.
Yeah.
I think it's because my fortunes are on the up and his are on the down. We all know famously that he had
Pilkington making music,
his DJ outfit.
Didn't happen.
I did enough. I just wanted to do enough to pay for the equipment, and I did. And that was that. But I don't like crowds, do I?
But you're safe, aren't you? You're behind the little thing with the flashing lights.
But there's still a lot of people and that. Forced fun. Don't like that.
Forced fun?
It's not forced fun. They haven't got to dance if they don't want to dance.
Yeah. Don't like it.
What do you mean your fortunes are on the up? Anyway, DJ.
Well, I'll tell you, I was hired. Well, I say hired. I did it as a favour to a friend. His wedding the other week. And I got there, I was thinking, because everyone had their little role to play, and then people were doing a good job.
I love you taking it seriously.
And I spent ages putting together some CDs, special selection CDs.
I love that!
Because what I did was I burned them on iTunes.
Did you turn up with your own headphones round your neck?
Own headphones, wearing a suit, but headphones.
Metal case.
Didn't need it, just had them all in one small box.
Brilliant.
Boom. I thought this is good stuff. I got some classics here.
Give me an example. Give me an example of that, like the first hour, the warm-up hour.
Rick, I'm coming straight in with Frankie Valli, Oh What a Night.
Brilliant track.
I mean, when those beats start at the beginning, who's not getting on the dance floor? Wait a minute, what's this following up?
Go on.
It's the Jacksons.
What, I Want You Back?
I Want You Back.
Brilliant. It sounds good at the moment, Karl.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna roar this, because they laid on a good spread. The ceremony was nice, food was nice. I'm thinking this is going to be the piece de resistance.
Yeah.
Alarm bell started ringing.
Why?
When I realised there was a marquee outside. Of course, it's a balmy summer evening. I'm stuck inside on the dance floor. So I'm thinking I'm going to be struggling here to get them in. And even with flavours like this, I thought I'd struggle, Rick. So I'm sat there in my suit. I'm sat behind this little DJ console. I've got all the big numbers. There's one or two people making some token effort, but frankly, most people are outside everywhere at the time. I was livid. Of course, they couldn't hear it out there. So I was playing to an empty room, really, and I was furious. I was absolutely furious. Because, I mean, what is, they're wasting my time. They're wasting, now I could have just stuck the CD on and gone out.
They're wasting Frankie Valli's.
Frankie Valli's time.
They're wasting the Jackson 5's
time.
They're
wasting, D-Light's time.
Yeah, yeah.
And, so I'm sat there, and there's a couple of people making a cursory effort. Mainly when they come to get a drink from the bar, they might have a little quick, couple of twos.
You shout, we don't want your
not interested.
All of your no one.
All of your no one at all. And, then there's a microphone set up because people have been doing speeches. This little girl gets on the mic, right? It's being funneled through the speaker system. So every time I put my headphones on,
Miss Dynamite, was it?
It wasn't, sadly, Miss Dynamite. Although she decided to have a little go at MCing. She was screeching her little head off.
How old is she?
Oh, I don't know, 8 or 9. At their most annoying. when children are their most annoying, because they got a bit of confidence there. They're a bit cocky. They're not shy anymore. They're a bit arrogant.
Yeah.
She's screeching her head off. So I'm playing, and she doesn't know.
Look at your face.
I'm playing into the groove. No one's getting into the groove because she's going mental. She's just going, what's this? I don't know what this is. Play something I know. I'm thinking I haven't got any bloody DJ Otsu or Crazy Frog. I'm not going to play what you... So she's just screeching along, ruining it for everyone. I say everyone, there was no one there. So me, she was ruining it for me.
I bet you were really angry.
I'm furious. But of course as well, every time she screeched, it went through my headphones. So, of course, and then her dad comes along, right? And I'm thinking, all right, he's seen what's happening.
Just imagine you in your suit, sweating, getting annoyed at someone ruining your set that no one's listening to.
I think, her dad's coming over. He's going to put pay to this. He's realised that, she's causing a disturbance. He comes over there, joins in.
No.
Sits her on his lap. He's just saying, she's having a well of a time. I'm thinking I'm furious. I'm thinking it's his responsibility to shut her up. He's not going to do anything. What can I do? I can't step in.
No.
And I know very well that if I interfere, he's going to say, oh, well, she's enjoying herself and no one's dancing anyway, and we'd have just got into a fracas.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to start a fight.
No. Because I don't know, but he'd have knocked you out, wouldn't he?
Someone would have got knocked out. And I'm not saying who it would have been, but, but there were, to bear in mind, Rick, there would have been 2 of them. And, so I didn't want to get into a fight with him. And, anyway, so I'm playing. Anyway, so my friend came along. He realised what was happening. And I didn't have the guts to unplug the microphone. Because he'd have known, you see.
Yeah.
So I got my friend to do it when she had her back turned. So he pulled the plug out. The microphone went dead. She went, "What's going on?" I went, "I don't know what you're talking about." I said, "I don't know." She said, "Where the microphone's at?" I said, "You must have broken it." I don't know what's going on. Someone will probably make you pay for that. Anyway, at least we shut her up.
That is great.
But it really went from bad to worse. And you know, there's that thing when you panic, you start panicking, so you're putting on a lot of flavours that you would have saved to the last hour.
What are we talking? Boom, boom, shake.
Exactly, you're throwing him in early. Love Shack's coming on way too soon.
Really?
Oh, Love Shack before 11. It's heresy, but I had to do it. But anyway, in the end, I made the bride go and get some people in. I said, look, it's your special night, all right, and they're going to enjoy this.
I'll be honest, love, this is a washout, and it's up to you to turn this wedding around, or I'm walking.
I'm walking, and I tell you, they're going to have a sour memory of this evening unless you bring some people in.
Get everyone in dancing.
So she got them in at the end, and I'll tell you this, Karl. I mean, I don't know what you say, but they were loving it. They were absolutely loving it. A bloke came over and said, "Have you got Amarillo?" I said, "No," but I put on something even better, Delilah. Wedding crowds always go for Delilah. A song, of course, about old man killing his wife. But it always goes down very well, strangely, at weddings. They get into a sort of hokey-cokey thing. They went berserk for it. And I was following it up with, I had the monkeys, I had all sorts going on.
Brilliant.
Of course, you know what happens. What? I'm going great guns. People are absolutely loving it. They're rocking it. I throw in, I had something cracking on at the end. Come On Eileen, of course, was on. People were going berserk for it.
Which is unfortunate because the bride's name was Eileen.
Yeah. And then the bride pipes up. I'm throwing the bouquet. So they all traipse off outside again. I was furious.
Oh, no.
I plugged the microphone back in. I said, "What are you doing?" We got, but they went out. Then, of course, you can't get them back once they've done that because all the women are running around. I got the thing. And then they got to wave everyone off, throw the confetti.
They ruined your day.
I was having a great time and they ruined it.
She ruined your special day.
She ruined my special night.
Oh, no.
It's on her head.
What would you put on about now, Karl?
What if I was DJing?
Yeah.
Probably about a world party.
Go on.
Interesting.
Well, here we are again, XFM on a Saturday, just gone 1 o'clock, Steve, if I'm very much mistaken. But we're not here as such. We're away again, gallivanting around. We've got to do the special sort of best of again.
Okay.
Which we did a few weeks ago. So this is the best of the last 3 weeks. Which I think it's the best 3 weeks we've ever had. But I'd like it condensed into 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, some great music as well in there.
Yeah, there'll be some great music interspersed with fine chat that you've already heard.
Yeah.
Except this bit. This bit's new. We've actually, out of the kindness of our heart, we've come in last week.
Yeah.
And we've done a few clips just because we felt a bit guilty about shooting off.
Yeah. I mean, even now, having heard this link, I'm beginning to wonder if it was worth our time.
Yeah. Well, should we play a classic link?
Let's play, what, from the last 3 weeks?
After this is Feeder.
All right, so here's the first bit.
Ash, and Sometimes, lovely song. Got to apologise to our producer there because he was worried about there was nothing wrong with it. It's just like saying you like watching birds in the garden.
It's just that I think you're better than that.
I know, it's cheap, isn't it, to say like we like
I like tits.
Yeah, I like cocks. So are we a bit more literary now? One of my favourite things is Fanny by Gaslight.
Really? That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm a big fan of Moby Dick.
The book, Moby Dick. Yeah, not the medical condition. There's nothing innuendo. No, it's the big horrible thing that used to swallow semen.
Yeah.
Now, in the winter, Steve,
go on.
There's nothing I like more than to keep my hands warm in a muff.
No, sure. You mean those kind of furry things that sort of classy-looking ladies?
Yeah, posh ladies often put their hands. You know when you have a nice a party and they'll leave it,
winter party,
and you might take the wrong hat or something. There's nothing I like more than to see two posh women with their hands in each other's muffs.
Oh, that's always a
and they're going, "Oh, this must be yours."
Yeah, that's always funny.
Yeah,
that's always funny.
Yeah. But seriously, no, I'll stop this. You're right. I've got a degree.
I just remembered that my favourite Beatles song is "Come Together."
Yeah. Now we're going to stop this now, Karl, because it's childish. You're right. I've got a philosophy degree, for Christ's sake, and it's about time.
Who's your favourite philosopher? Do you mind me asking?
Well, I would tell you, except when I have a talk about it, I go into a Cockney accent.
Really?
So it can be like my favourite philosopher. I like a bit of Kant.
Right. Is that Immanuel Kant, the philosopher?
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah.
That's strange. What's his name again?
Kant.
Oh, yeah. That can be weird. Can be strange.
Look at Karl's face.
Look at his face.
Look at his face.
Join in, Karl. Undo your trousers. Just
we'd be like Stan Boardman when he
out.
told the Fokker joke.
Yeah.
We won't do local radio again for 10 years.
Finally, White Van Man, what do you make of the fact that Sainsbury's are bringing in square tins?
Is that
a concern for you?
Is that true?
Apparently so.
Why?
Don't know.
Like it's easy to stack.
This is what the guy in the Sun has said. That should be interesting. That should be his comment on Sainsbury's are bringing in square tins. Is that should be interesting for meatballs. Ricky's just collapsed on the floor. Let's just play a song, Karl. I don't think even you can top that.
Cooper Temple Claws. Who needs enemies? Good question, lads. Nobody. This is XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
Oh, they should print a little book of those. They're great. Oh, how you can relate any song or artist to anything else.
Easy.
Joyful.
Easy. Well, yeah, so me and Karl went out for a beer, and it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah,
we started off,
good.
and you met my mate Robin, didn't you?
Yeah.
And some of the stories. Do you want to tell Steve some things about Robin that you learned?
Do you know him well?
Yes.
Well, do you know about his worm problem as a kid?
Go on.
Right. What I can remember is he had worms as a kid. Not sure how you get him. He never answered me. He was getting a bit touchy about it.
Right.
This is like the second time I met him. And I think he was a bit annoyed that Ricky told me about his problem.
What yes. Now straight away, you not being there, instinctively, what do you think went on with this story about worms?
My suspicion is rather like when you told a group of people that Robin had once suckled milk from a cow's udder.
Did he
mention that as well?
Yeah.
My suspicion is that, like the cow story, the worm story is not true.
But
and
why would he get so sort of uppity about it?
Well, imagine if that wasn't the first time he'd done it. Imagine if he did that every single time he was with somebody for the first time and Robin was just met them. He will tell that story to anyone.
But they do say there's no smoke without fire.
Robin. I also told him that the way Robin cured these worms was because the doctor told his mother, right, to hold a piece of ham or cheese near Robin's anus so the worms would come out for the food, and he believed it.
I'll tell you why, though.
I said to Robin used to sit on spam to try and get the worms out, and he believed it.
But Steve, right, do you remember that story about 3 or 4 years ago where there was some bloke in the army? He went away to somewhere, Vietnam or whatever. He was messing about in the woods.
Messing about in the woods? Shouldn't he have been fighting?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right, and he walked through some lake, and I think he cut his toe or something on something, and some worm of some sort crawled in the gash.
Yeah.
And it was in his body, and the doctor said, we've got to get this out of your body. So what they did was, they said, right, the thinnest part or something of your body that things can crawl through is on the top of your head. So they wrapped
where the skull is.
So they wrapped some bacon.
No, they didn't.
They did. That's
right.
Everyone...
So he's gone in via the toe. So what we do is, I'll tell you what, that worm's probably heading straight for the head. We'll put a bit of bacon on it. The thinnest part of the body is the skull. Of course, it's not the thinnest part of the body. It's where your brain case is, isn't it? It's the skull.
There was a reason for it. And it was like they stuck some bacon on his head. And
as ever, the vital piece of information, i.e. the reason, Karl seems to have forgotten.
Because the worm was in his body, and they said everyone likes the smell of bacon.
Including worms.
Even a Vietnamese lake worm. They love bacon.
Remember last week when I said about the little fella with the bone with no brain, and you were proved wrong?
No. We were saying it wasn't a little fella. We were saying it was a stillborn child. It wasn't a little fella.
You're changing it now. You weren't having any of it last week.
Right, hang on a minute. I'm getting confused. There was a Vietnamese snake that went inside of a soldier.
A little, like, maggot or some sort that you have to get out of your body because it causes problems.
Yes, and so in order to get it out of the body, they strapped bacon to his head.
Yeah.
That is great. This doctor...
And did that work?
I think so. They had a picture of him smiling.
Oh, God, what, the worm or the bloke?
The bloke.
Oh, dear.
Honestly, I hope someone knows the story.
Right.
It was about 3 years ago, I reckon.
Okay.
And, it did work.
G.I. Bacon.
So this is why I went...
And so what, the worm burrowed out of his head to get the bacon?
Get to the bacon.
Right.
That's great.
So this is why when Robin was telling his story, I was a little bit disappointed if it wasn't true.
Right.
Because in a way...
You know Robin's never been to Vietnam.
No, but what do you really think that Robin, well, as Robin said at the time, Karl, why would I sit on ham, then tell Ricky Gervais? It's a very good point.
Because if he was a kid, you do daft things like that as a kid.
Right.
See, it's the telling Ricky Gervais, though.
Yeah. And then, bless him.
Okay.
And then anyway, Robin left, and I tried to chase him, but he got away. He knows that and then we had a few pints, and then Karl embarked on some of the greatest stories ever told. Can you tell the story about your dad?
Let me run it by. I haven't spoke to him all week, so let me run it by him.
Okay, play records.
Because
what we got?
We've got one of Steve's.
Yeah, well, bizarrely enough, this comes from the Teachers 2 soundtrack, the soundtrack to the current TV series. There's a slight whiff of nepotism in the air.
Yeah.
Rick, would you like to explain why?
Well, that's why you're doing it. No, my girlfriend worked on it. But you were going to play this anyway, weren't you?
Well, I was, actually. Bizarrely enough, I was going to play some I Am Clute, and this is from, as I say, the Teachers soundtrack. This is called To You. It's a good track. That's I Am Clute, and a track called To You from the Teachers soundtrack. That's also got, I noticed the Electric Soft Parade, The Hives, Star Sailor, Feeder, Turin Breaks, Mercury Rev on there. It's a good little collection.
Lovely. Karl has just had confirmation. He's looking smug because someone phoned up and went, it is true, it's a Laogai chi worm and you wrap bacon around your head. That's all the bloke knew as well.
Yeah.
And his name was Gary.
Yeah.
So I'm not having it.
No.
And he said, see, that's why the Robin thing isn't so weird. He said, but when you said he tried it with cheese, he said I was having none of it. He's got standards. Strokes, hard to explain. Like Karl, really?
Yes, yes.
So, Karl, concentrate.
Yeah, go on.
So, we'll leave the worm with the bacon wrapped around the head, shall we?
Well, if you're ever caught in the jungle...
Yeah, always carry some...
bit of Danish.
Good advice, lovely. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Stephen Merchant and Karl Pilkington, our producer.
Right.
In inverted commas, heat put.
Yeah.
They know. How are you doing, all right, Karl?
Yeah, didn't they also write something about me bald round head?
Yes, perfectly round little bald man head, they said, so...
Because you need to know that when you listen to the radio and that. Really matters what my hair's doing.
Your hair, have you given it a little sort of polish? Because you look like a cue ball at the moment, and you've had a shave in it. I've never seen such a round head. It actually looks like a plate with ears.
Yeah, well, for those that have never seen Karl, I actually, if you remember, I think he looks a little bit like Mr. Spoon from Button Moon.
He does.
If you've never seen that show,
and also he looks like, you know when they say they find with a little 4-foot human and it's actually 500,000 years old and they give it a name and it's the first, Australopithecus into. Right? He looks like one of them as well. Perfectly round little. He is the missing link. He looks half human, half monkey.
Because he's got a slight slouch as well. So
yeah,
it's like those pictures where you see it going from an ape to a man. He's one of those in the middle.
Yeah, and of course his monkey hands, his hairy little wrist to those skinny little things that he can get oranges out of holes with, and it's unbelievable. Why are you so all shaved and polished and everything?
Got a wedding.
What?
Got to go to a wedding today, so thought I'd clean myself up a bit.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be wearing a suit or something?
No, I'll go home and put something on.
Oh, okay.
But Suzanne said, make an effort. I sort of had a shave and that, and then I came out of the bathroom. She said, "Oh, your head looks a bit sort of eggish."
She's right.
She always worries about when I have a shave because I just,
That's your girlfriend, Karl.
I know.
Saying that. Just think. So don't worry about Heat saying it. Funny thing is, it's Boyd Hilton, I think, of Heat that wrote it.
And he's got a little bald head.
Yeah, no, don't slag him off.
Yeah, but on the end of his review, does it say, written by Baldy Boyd? No, because it doesn't matter. It's a magazine. Don't worry about it.
Looking forward to the wedding?
A bit boring, isn't it? But
you gotta do it. They've probably listening. Should we do a shot?
No, it'll be a great day for them, but I know what will happen. Suzanne will see, all the fuss and that, and then she'll get ideas and have to let her down and all that.
Why is it you don't want to get married again? I always forget.
It's just... who's it for at the end of the day? I've been with Suzanne for 11 years, right?
Sure.
We're happy. Well, I am.
That's what counts.
You're never happy.
I am. I'm all right.
Yeah, no, you're happy with Suzanne and everything, but apart from that, you're never happy. You are the most grumpy, moany thing in the world. I mean, I get annoyed
but I'm always happy. I was annoyed here. I was happy coming here, but there was a bloke behind me walking and scuffing his feet. He had a pair of those stupid skulls on, and he was clicking and scuffing. Wear some shoes. You don't have to click. Pick your feet up. Flip-flops annoy me. You know, but I'm happy. I'm just annoyed. You are just like, oh, the world's on me. It's rubbish, this. I know the world's great. It's just sometimes people annoy me by being there. You know. But Steve said I should be locked in one of those towers that princesses used to be locked in fairy tales, because everything annoys me. But you're grumpy.
I'm not. I'm all right.
XFM 104.9. We're not here. This next clip is one of my favourite clips. Look, it needs no introduction. Here it is. Right. Okay. Educating Ricky. What have we got? Hairy Chinese kid. Go on.
Right, yeah. This is the... I didn't want to do this.
What do you didn't want to do it?
Well, I wanted to give you 3, and I gave you one. It was like the alien man gets a beard or whatever.
Yeah, which was total rubbish, so this one should be better, maybe.
Hairy Chinese kid. Right, well, we've talked about hairy people in the past.
True enough.
Aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, the little kids who grew up in woods and hung around with wolves and that.
Yeah, again, you're confusing it. Yeah, they're not, there were some people that were born very hirsute. They were not the people who were brought up with wolves. Yeah. You just put that together in your Homer Simpson type mind.
Right, well, this is like a sort of close to that sort of story. Yeah. But the weird thing is, right, Chinese people aren't that hairy as a nation. No, seriously, that's a well-known fact. They don't have that much body hair and stuff.
Okay.
So this little kid who was born over there, he was like covered in stuff.
Was he?
And it was only his nose that wasn't hairy. The rest of his body was caked in hair, right? And his hair sort of...
What sort of hair was it? Was it
thick hair?
No, what I mean is, was it sort of like a pony's mane, so he just looked like an Ewok? You know what I mean? Just like hanging down sort of straight, dark hair.
In the picture, it looked like it grows from his eyebrow. It grows from his eyebrows quite thick, and then it just goes all the way over his head. You don't think
it was just really long eyebrows that he'd done a comb over?
No, it was all over his body. It had a picture of like his back and that.
Yeah.
And
had he styled it? Had he styled it at all? Did he have it a quiff or?
No, it was just
hanging
all over him.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, this is a bit weird happening in China, where we're not normally that hairy.
That was the scientist speaking there.
And the local press and that were getting him down, calling him Monkey Boy and all this.
Oh.
And
thinking Chinese press.
But the doctor,
yeah. Oh,
they're cruel, aren't they? It's like those game shows. Well, that's Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
And the doctor said.
Was Karl talking through all that time while we were just like talking to each other then? Because I turned round and I still saw he was talking.
So anyway, the local press came in to see the hairy boy, the monkey boy.
Yeah, and they were like being tight, taking the mickey out of him, and the doctor said...
Throwing him nuts.
Said he's only hairy. Said he's a healthy young kid. The only faults he's got is he's got a little bit of eczema and a boil. And he said everybody should just treat him the same, and I think he grew up a healthy kid. Yeah, so that's the
end of the story.
That's not a story.
Why?
But I've got nothing. I don't know what to say to that. So someone in China was born slightly hairier than the rest, and he was normal apart from eczema and a boil. That to me isn't a story. But if it is, I've got a million. I mean, it's sort of like bloke from Manchester went a bit bolder than the rest, got a job on radio. He was normal. I mean, that's not a story, is it?
So we'll move on to this next one, right, which is brilliant. Dead short story. So, right, old woman, about 70 years old. She's normally fit and healthy and stuff. Nothing wrong with her. She's having a good life. And one day, she goes for a check to the doctors, just to check herself out, because she's getting on a bit.
Yeah.
He says, take your clothes off and that. So she does. And checks her out. Says, yeah, you're looking good. Turn round. He said, oh, God. He says, you got a tumour on your buttock. Right? So she goes, oh, well, can you do anything to sort it out? So they go, yeah, we could book you in for an operation. It's best if we remove this. Books are in for an operation. Operation day comes, strip her down and that. They're all stood round, the doctors. Start to operate. It only turns out it's a pork chop that she sat on 5 years earlier, and it had stuck to her buttock.
Right, Karl.
I can forward you. Listen. Serious.
Right, okay, Karl, I'm telling you now, I'm leaving. I'm never doing this show again.
No, I'm serious. Honestly.
You're talking, I've never had such... What do you mean? You couldn't believe it?
No, when I read it, I said, I've got to tell Ricky that.
This woman had a pork chop stuck to her arse for 5 years, you mental case. Of course she didn't. And Karl Pilkington with his brand new show, What's the Song?
What song am I thinking?
No, I mean...
You're nervous about this, aren't you, Rick?
I am.
You're worried.
Well, because I've heard some of these clues before. And they're ramblings... Sometimes they're close to ramblings of a fool. Right? And it really is like those, what am I thinking?
Yeah. I don't know, though. I actually was genuinely impressed by Born Slippy. I have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's one of the better ones.
Because
that was short, sweet, and it worked.
Some of these, you say, they're not going to be quite as pissy.
Some of them are like Emily Bronte novels. Now, listen. We're just going to go for it then. You do it, and we just get people to call up because I want to see the general public's confusion of trying to work out.
Well, why don't you give us your next clue, and then we'll play a track, and then we'll hopefully have people on the line after the track to try and answer it, and you can recap briefly. So give us your clue now for what song am I thinking of?
Right, this one. It's about a woman. And she's just normal, nothing wrong with her, or so she thinks, right?
But there's the twist. Is this like the Tales of the Unexpected?
And she's got she's got her mates and she's having a normal life, having a good time and that. And then this thing happens, right? And she starts to stink. And she can't have a bath, right? And she really wants to have a bath. She's dead sweaty and stuff. She's going about her daily stuff. She can do everything else normal. She can eat, she can talk, everything. But for some reason... she can't have a bath.
Is there a coal mining husband in the bath?
Yeah. Is this Born Stinky?
She can't have a bath.
So a woman can't have a bath?
Yeah.
Even the rest of her
or
life.
A shower. She can't.
Okay, leave it there, Rick. Don't try and guess. It's not for us to guess.
The general public can phone up and ask questions, so I just
I'm
go
not
for
sure
it.
Can they?
I think so. Otherwise, we don't want just people just phoning up and
I'll tell you
getting
what about this? Why don't they can ask one question?
Yeah.
They can ask one question of Karl, then they have to make a guess.
Okay.
08700 800 1234.
Have we got someone on the line now?
We'll just
let's do it. Let's go for one. Let's go for one. This is edgy radio.
This is
letting Karl
stuff.
live. Go on.
Hello, XFM.
Hello, I'm ringing about what's the song?
Absolutely. What do you think?
Well, I'm going for Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
See, that works.
That's a great guess.
It does. Yeah, but it doesn't work because why can't she have a bath?
Okay, so the answer is in there.
I was going to ask you.
Well, that's your one question.
That'd be the answer.
That would be the answer, I'm afraid. What was your name?
Shelley.
Shelley, thanks very much.
Shelley, I should tell you that, that you should never take this personally because no one can really get into the mind of Karl. So don't beat yourself up about this. I don't expect anyone to get these clues.
No.
So well done. That is a fine guess. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else there?
Let's hello, XFM.
Who's that on the line?
It's Chris.
Hello, Chris. A question for Karl? Before you give us a guess?
I haven't thought of a really good question or anything yet.
You just want to go for the guess?
No, what I thought was, I'm sure Simon Mayo used to do this when he did the breakfast show on Radio 1 years ago.
No, he didn't.
So you've just pinched this idea, Karl?
If you're going to rip someone off, Karl, do not rip off Simon Mayo.
I haven't ripped this off. I thought this was a new idea. I was going to do it with sound effects instead, but that's...
he used to do that, and he used to get his team to play other characters.
You idiot.
Well, no, hang on.
Not you, Chris. I'm saying you idiot to Karl.
Yeah, but nothing's new anyway, is it? So I'm not getting annoyed about it.
True.
What do you think the answer is?
Is it Cornflake Girl by Tori Amos?
Good answer. She couldn't have a bath because she'd go all floppy
and then go down the plug hole.
Good answer.
She'd go all soggy. Yeah. So is it Cornflake Girl?
No, it's not, but that's
a great answer.
It could have been.
All right. Okay.
You're already seeing the error of this, aren't you?
I think this is great radio. I'm really hooked on this. I'm genuinely excited
This is really like that, those so-called lateral thinkers. A man got into a field and dies. Why?
Yeah.
He ran out of air. No.
Yeah.
Not the one I'm thinking
of. He was shot.
Well,
no.
Yeah.
That was a good answer,
but... Couldn't, Simon Mayo, sue you or something for doing it?
Will you stop? Don't mention that.
Yeah.
Listen, I think if you're going to steal ideas from someone, it should be a brain box like Mayo. I mean, he's the man who's
the only example of one I can ever remember hearing on his show, because I was quite young then, was some people were pretending to, tap someone's phone or something, and then they got caught, and the answer was just bugging by whistle, because they were...
Genius.
That was absolute genius.
That's absolute genius.
See, Karl, that's the sort of standard you've got to come up against.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Chris.
The phone lines are hot.
Hello, XFM.
Hi, is it Candy Perfume Girl?
Is it what?
Candy Perfume Girl.
Candy Perfume Girl?
Yeah.
Candy Perfume Girl.
Is it? Well, who's that by?
Madonna.
No, it's...
That sounds like an obscure album track.
No, it's one of her songs.
Just think about it. She stinks and everything. She's a normal life. I didn't say she was a sweet or anything. But for some reason she can't have a bath or a shower.
Is this a big song? Just to give him a clue,
it's a bigger song than Candy Sweet Girl.
Thank you very much indeed for your guess. It clearly isn't right.
Thank you. Cheers. Sorry.
Okay,
one more, then we go to a record. Come on.
Okay.
Go on. Hello, XFM.
Karl.
Yeah.
Is it High and Dry by Radiohead?
High and dry.
High and dry. Now that's great. She smells, which is another word for high. She's dry because she doesn't have a shower. Karl, if it isn't that, yours will never be as good as that. He's the winner. Whatever you're thinking of, that clue is brilliant. What's your name, mate?
It's Richie.
Richard, I mean, you can't beat that.
That's a bit too lateral.
Don't be stupid. It's perfect. He's made yours into a clever clue. He's made high, she smells, dry, she never gets in the bath or shower. It's not that, is it, Karl?
No, it's
You
not.
don't even get that, do you?
Not really.
Have you ever heard of the word high being used to mean sort of smelly?
No.
No.
Oh, what?
That was where you went wrong there, mate.
Richard, I'm declaring you the winner, even though that isn't the answer.
I don't think
Thank
we
you.
should give up this early.
Can we just let's play a song and,
Let's play a song.
Give it one more chance, because if people think about it, it is really easy.
So
I'm not going to find out the answer now because I've got to go out.
okay, we'll do it very quickly. Stay in for 10 minutes.
We're just going to play a new Coldplay track out.
Okay, let's hear
Brilliant.
Coldplay and then we'll come back
Cheers.
with this.
XFM 104.9. We're not here.
It is a bit like being Dennis Norden, playing some great moments from the show.
I was just imagining Dennis Norden one day, sort of just like waking up out of his stupor. He's doing this, and he'd go into the producer and go, I've just seen a couple of my programmes.
I just saw It'll Be Right on the Night 18.
It's shit.
It is terrible.
Why didn't someone tell me? Well, we didn't want to upset you because, but I've been doing it way too long. Well, you could just let me go on forever. Well, until you died, yeah. Well, why can't my son take over? Well, he's 80, Dennis.
And the jokes I'm doing, they're awful.
Why have I got that clipboard?
I've written these jokes, they're not funny. There's an audience, they're laughing. What are they laughing
They're not
at?
laughing. They're not laughing. That's canned laughter.
Who are those audience? Who goes to an audience for It'll Be Right on the Night?
A lot of them are older than you.
It can't be right.
Do you know we have 15% fatality in one of your audiences?
But I went home at Christmas, I watched one of the episodes.
Yeah.
I was with my family and friends. I said, watch this, you'll love it. Stony face, no one laughed. They all thought it was
Well, it is.
Well, why didn't you tell me earlier?
We didn't want to hurt your feelings. You're an old man. You may be upward of 102.
I didn't realise.
Yeah.
A quick query for you. This is from Jay. He's got a problem here. He says, my parents won't let me ditch my studies. He's currently reading modern languages at London University.
Sure.
He wants to follow his dream, but his parents won't let him, of being a dancer. Karl. Worse than that, he says that they're trying to arrange a marriage to a bunch of minging daughters of people they know from good families. He doesn't know what to do, so he's got the arranged marriage coming along, and he's also got, he basically wants to be a dancer. His parents are forcing him into something more practical.
Well, the first thing, right, I don't think
Live your dreams?
The arranged marriage thing is such a bad idea.
Okay.
Because I think too many people go on looks.
Right.
And then you soon get bored of that, and you find out the person who you're knocking about with, it's actually not your type.
Right.
Why don't you arrange marriages for people?
Well, I'm just saying, right, so I'd say, Jay, go along with that. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
I mean, if they're really ugly, then, don't go along with it. But if they're half bad, put up with it. That's
Sure.
all right. The dancing.
Brilliant.
Right.
That's that solved.
Brilliant.
I wanted to be a dancer. After I did the boxing, right, I joined a dancing thing just near Man United's ground, right, called Twiggy's. Went along, I wanted to learn some moves.
How old were you?
Well, it was when Michael Jackson was, pretty big, so about 83, 84, 85, something like that, around there. Wanted to do it. When I went, it was shut, and it had become like a warehouse for toilet rolls. So in a way, I wonder what would have happened.
Sorry. How is that an anecdote about you going through dancing? You've told me before you did boxing for a while, you did dancing for a while. You had a true fight in the boxing. You didn't even get in the. That's not an. Imagine if that was a film. This is not a boy's dreams of becoming a dancer. oh, it's shut. Next on. I mean, how is that a story?
Yeah, that was Billy Elliot. Do you think it would have won quite as many awards?
Yeah, brilliant. Footloose. All right, I'm fed up. They banned it. Let's go. Oh, it's shut. Flash dance. First, there was. It's a warehouse. Never mind.
I'm just saying, you'll find something else. I think I got a go-kart after that. I bought a motorised go-kart and kept myself busy with that. So there's always other things.
Just think, Alan Bennett has to sit down and really sweat over his stories.
Yeah.
He just opens his mouth.
You are a living Alan Bennett character.
So
that's solved. Well, Jay, don't worry about that. There's no emotional problems I can foresee if you follow that advice.
So the advice there is do an arranged marriage.
If she's not ugly.
minging, she's not completely minging.
Yeah.
And don't worry about dancing. Get a go-kart. Cheers.
Great.
Well, I didn't really want to make it a Christmassy type show because I don't really like it.
Oh, he's done it again. Well, you did Christmas once, didn't like it.
No, my dad always said...
Oh, right, steady on.
Dad said Christmas morning was for for me. So he used to stay in bed. So he never...
That's brilliant. That's a great thing to say, isn't it? Yeah. Christmas morning's for you. Run wild. Do what you want. Just don't bother me.
I'm going to Honolulu for 2 weeks.
That's great. Dad, it's Christmas. Do I have to do anything? No.
So my mum used to get up because she used to like to see my face light up, when I opened the presents. And then...
to give fireworks.
And then I'd have to go to my bedroom from about 6 o'clock onwards because my mum and dad were into having big Christmas parties and I wasn't old enough to go.
Right.
So they'd say, right, you've had your fun there, you go up to your bedroom, stay in there.
Really?
Yeah, I remember one year, right, I got a train set, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right? It's brilliant. Playing with it all day. I thought, I don't mind about the party, I'm happy staying up here playing with this. Brother comes in, he's had a few, right? He's going, yeah, give us a go on your train.
How old is he?
He's a bit older than me, so he might have been like, let's see.
Well, let him be 18.
Probably about 18, 19, something like that. I had a train set, so I don't know, about
14.
something like that. Yeah. Right, so I'm playing on that, loving it and stuff. And then he comes in and goes, give us a go. He turns the transformer up to 14. He went really fast for about 5 seconds, broke it, and then he went back downstairs.
Wow.
So Christmas, I hadn't even got to
Sounds
Christmas
like
Day.
the Conservative government with British Rail.
Satire, that is.
Rick, I just thought that there's satire. If there's any satirical shows listening or magazines.
It doesn't work in any way because there's the analogy falls down apart from there being a train.
Think it through though. British Rail was trains.
Yeah.
And the government broke the trains in many ways. They didn't break them, not officially breaking them, but they kind of...
It does work. It's perfect.
I'm very pleased with that.
And I can't... And no one's asked him to be on Have I Got News For You.
It's weird, isn't it? Because it's strange that when you've got a satirical mind that's as quick as that.
Yeah. And he's broke your little train set. So what did you do?
I just watched telly and had some sausages.
I bet you were happy with that though, weren't you?
Oh, it's a bit annoying though, isn't it, when your main present of the year has been broke.
And did it ever get it fixed?
No, that was it. Put away.
I'm intrigued why your parents wouldn't let you come and join in the festive fun. Was it really debauched down there? Was it like eggnog everywhere?
Well, no, but I mean, that's fair enough. 6 is a little bit early, but I just think, if you're a kid, he had his fun, put him to bed at 8 maybe. And
you think so on Christmas Day? I thought that was a day for family.
Well, not if there's a party going on.
Well, don't have the party on the Christmas Day.
Well, that's another option.
Yeah. Your parents are weird, aren't they? A strange breed.
Well, I think that was the year, right? You're talking about buying presents and stuff. I think I did treat my mum to... I didn't buy my dad anything. I think that was when I got a bit older, I used to get my dad something because he wasn't that bothered anyway.
No.
So, got my mum. There was a cheap shop, right?
Of course.
Thank God for that.
Called Snips. Right? So I went in there and I thought, let's see what I can get her. And remember Victoria Plum?
I don't think so.
Well, it's like a fairy character.
Right.
I mean, mum's into gnomes and stuff, right? So I thought, right.
She must be pleased with you, then.
Victoria Plum. I was thinking, is that one of the neighbours? Is it like a brandy liqueur?
Do you remember Victoria Plum?
Victoria Plum, yeah.
It's like a little fictional sort of character, right?
Okay.
So I saw it. I thought, yeah, she'll love that, right? So I did my paper round, saved up for 2 weeks, right?
Aww.
Got that sorted. Went to Snips, bought the Victoria Plum. Next day, I'm in town with her, right? So I think, I know what I'll do. I said, come in here a minute, right? So we go in and we're looking around and I tested her, right? I went, look at that there. That's all right, isn't it? And she goes, oh, it's bloody awful.
Oh, Karl. Oh, Karl.
Oh, God.
So then Christmas Day comes, I said, don't bother opening it. She said, no, why? I said,
Oh,
"Don't."
no! Why did you still give it to her?
So, well, it's too late, I'd already bought it.
Oh, Carl.
So she opened it, and I was like, and she said, oh, that's nice. I said, why are you saying that? I said, the other day, said it's bloody awful. She said, oh, no, I thought you were pointing at something else.
Oh, no.
So that's why I don't get anyone anything anymore.
Oh, God! Play record. Oh, God. Oh. So we get onto conversations. Talking about, he's asking me stuff about evolution. Tell me that. Why did the giraffe? What's that rubbish about the giraffe getting a long neck? I said, well, it didn't try and get a long neck. It was selected because, Anyway, I went into evolution for him, and he said, but why would evolution do that? I went, well, you think that evolution didn't do anything? There's not this consciousness, there's not this will that a giraffe has to stretch its neck to reach the leaves. One had a long enough neck to survive and pass it. He was going, yeah, but why did evolution? This isn't. But by the way, this isn't the most stupid thing. This is warming up. This is about 8:45, right? He said, why didn't evolution make a giraffe good at carpentry so it could build a ladder?
Right. Yeah. Okay. No. All right.
Okay. So he's thinking around it. He's trying to pick holes in evolution.
Yeah.
We get on to, I said, well, things are, I said, we can see the speed of evolution in lower life forms like bacteria, viruses, they evolved. That's why soon we won't have an antibiotic that can kill some certain bacterial strains. And he said, and this is about 11:30, then I said, I'm going to bed, right? He said, in the future, they reckon that you'll be able to wake up and eat a yogurt you can have a chat with.
I don't know what that means.
Let's put a song on, right?
No,
and we'll come back to it.
So you're going to explain that?
Yeah.
You've got an explanation?
The Verve and Sonic on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
So let's just get this right. What did Karl say? He's just specifically giving those words again.
He said, they reckon, and I said, I'm going to bed. He went, no, really? I said, no, I'm going to bed, Karl. There's no point now, because, it's just like you're talking gobbledygook. You know what I mean? I might as well talk to a pot plant.
Yeah.
He said, in the future, they reckon, I don't know who they are.
Sure.
I don't know, people who post things on the internet that he reads, I think.
The Telegraph.
Anyway, complete the sentence.
They reckon that in the future you'll be able to wake up. I love it. There's a little scenario, an embellishment, like this little. Oh, hello, darling. It's your yogurt. Hello. You'll be able to wake up and eat a yogurt you can have a chat with.
All right. Well, thanks for that, Rick. I'm looking at you. I'm going to throw that over to Karl now.
Right. It's when I was away on holiday, right? I got. I don't normally buy the Telegraph because it's too big and that, innit? So, but they were giving it away for free on the plane, so I thought,
ding dong,
might as well have it. Mm-hmm. And I saw a couple of things in it. I thought that would be interesting. I saw this thing about the future, and it was talking about evolution and what have you, right, which I always find weird, because I always think that maybe we've sort of done it wrong anyway. Do you know what I mean? I sometimes think
you can't evolve. By definition, evolution can't get things wrong. Things change, that it's not successful, it can't pass on its genetic material, but if you're around, it's working. If you're around, it's working. Slugs are as evolved as they need to be. Slugs are as evolved as you and me.
That's true enough.
Yeah. No disrespect, but it works. It works.
Sorry,
they're around.
Anyway, what's your point, Karl?
No, I mean, I think we probably would have been better off staying as a fish. Just because there's more water than land, isn't there?
Right.
And you wouldn't drown.
This is why I went to bed.
No, I'm thinking of dozing off now.
Yeah.
No, but do you know what I mean? From, what was it? It was bacteria, it was fish, mermaid, man, onwards and what have you. So anyway.
Oh God! No, there are a few knowledge gaps in your theory of evolution.
All right, you generally got it right though. So
but, I mean, basically, yeah, it went bacteria, fish, mermaid, man. What's next is the big question.
So it was telling you all about this and what have you, and saying how we shouldn't have interfered, because maybe if we wouldn't have invented planes and what have you, maybe we'd be able to fly and what have you if we really needed to and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we've interfered with evolution, you see.
Right.
But then it was saying, well, what's the future got?
Well, yes, in one way we have interfered with evolution. Yeah, the evolution of the human being in society is changing. It's no longer based on the strongest or the fittest, because medical science can keep us alive long enough. People can pass on their genetic material where without this civilization they wouldn't have been able to. So yeah, there are different parameters, there are different pressures, there are different things that say whether we're going to pass on our genetic material or not. Okay, so in that sense you're right.
And that, Rick, as far as I'm aware, has led to a yoghurt that you can eat and have a conversation with. So
this is what it was saying. It was just saying, you know, we're living in mad times and that. You know, there's a lot of weird stuff going on.
One of which is...
And the fellow was just saying, you know, with computers and stuff like that, the way it is, we'll be able to wake up...
Go on.
Have a chat with your yoghurt and have something to eat.
What do you mean, have a chat with your yoghurt?
Because of the amount of... I mean, you have them yoghurts already, those friendly yoghurts. Those bacteria-friendly ones, so this is just a really friendly one.
Yeah, they don't... Oh, God! I'm like bears! Do you know what, sometimes, Karl, I think that we're having a chat with a yoghurt. Do you know what I mean? There can't be any difference.
Yeah, but then I'm always reminded that would be more entertaining. That would be more informative.
That was Jane's Addiction. This is the Best Of Show on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Stephen Merchant.
Yes.
This was a clip show. We recorded this a couple of weeks ago. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. It's not over yet, because tonight at 9:50 is the second part of The Office Christmas specials. It's brilliant. Watch it, and we'll be back next week live. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Stephen Merchant. Bye.
Have a great new year.
Class. Rock the Casbah.
I love the fact you had at least 3 minutes to get that right.
I know.
Prepare and get that right.
I know, but my mouth was full of Maryland cookies. Yeah. You know, last week, this would blow your mind. He came in, do you know what he'd bought? For himself, about 10 penguins. Who buys penguins still?
I know. Or wagon wheels.
Oh, I've never liked wagon wheels.
You've not been a fan?
No, but I'm sorry about that. It's The Clash and Rock the Casbah. Talking about records, have I told you that time my brother-in-law, he was moving out of his place, and I think moving in with my sister, and I was about like, I don't know, 13, and so he was about, 30, and I moved in, and he brought round all, his records when he was storage to leave them at our house, right? And he had all these old sort of records, 50s and 60s records, no, I was right, and they put them upstairs, and I was looking through them, and it's just all like Elvis stuff and Beatles stuff, and there was a mate of mine who loved Elvis, okay, and he had loads of chemicals. Yeah, he had loads of chemicals, and I was into chemistry, and he said, let's swap me some chemicals for them. So I sort of nicked about 5 Elvis singles, and I got all these chemicals, and then the guilt just hit me. I just thought, well, he's going to notice that. And one night, I just came downstairs and I confessed to my mum. And she went, all right, well, I won't tell him, but you've got to be good. And it's sort of like I was just really, really good for a year. And then I remember when I was about 18, my brother was talking about it. And he said, did you ever play those records I left for you?
Brilliant.
He told my mum, he said, these are for Ricky. She just didn't tell me.
She was sharp, wasn't she?
She used opportunism there.
Oh, that's genius.
And that was it. That's why I was good.
But you've never stolen anything since, have you?
No, I don't.
Except that spate of shoplifting after that to teach your mum a lesson.
yeah. Well, I went round and arson. No, I did. I just couldn't believe it. It was terrible.
Like when you're born, you're a little baby, wrinkly and stuff. When you get older, you sort of morph into a baby again. And you go through the same phases. So when you're young, you buy singles. You get old, you got nothing to do all day. You got all your pension money. What will I buy? Cliff Richard's on the telly. Here's my video, buy me song.
You see, that started off as quite a sensible point, because I actually think they do it. But what was all that alien stuff about when you're born, you go wrinkly and you go wrinkly again? So sometimes you mix like normal things that human beings say with I don't know what.
Well, look, when you're a baby, you've got a little bald head, no teeth. You get old. What happens?
Are you a philosopher? You're an official philosopher. Because, I mean, it sounds like it. Oh, Karl, play a record. You're a gem. You're a diamond.
But we're talking about MTV, right? And I was feeling a bit nervous, wasn't I? About like, you know, the way I look.
Right.
And what have you. And then I watched a bit of Celebrity Big Brother and all the fuss that Mark Owen's getting. And he's not that good looking, is he?
He's very. I want to be Mark Owen's mate. If anyone who knows Mark Owen or Mark Owen's listening, I want to be his mate. I think he's brilliant.
I think he's a nice lad. But what I'm saying is, right, all the girls go mad over him.
Yeah.
And he's not that good looking, is he?
Well, no, he's got. He is in a certain way, isn't he? That sort of non-threatening.
But he's not stunning, is he? Do you know what I mean?
No, but no.
Well, what's your definition of a stunning?
Yeah.
Well,
who do you like?
Someone who you look at and you go, God, they're good
Which
looking.
bloke do you fancy?
What bloke do you think's attractive then?
So if I was into men,
yeah.
In fact, you can still say a bloke's a good looker without fancying him.
Who do you think is attractive?
Probably. I mean, it depends what you're looking for.
No, just looks. Just look. You think it's
different looks as well.
Of course, yeah. Who would you say was attractive? Who would you say was like stunning in your definition?
A good-looking lad.
Yeah.
Good-looking lad. Oh, look at him over there. He's.
Do you find, Robbie Williams? Do you find him attractive?
Boy next door. Look.
No. Who do you? Karl, hurry up, because it's we've only got 2 hours.
Probably. I can't think of one offhand. Mark Owen is pretty good looking then, really.
There's not. Just name one bloke that you think's an attractive guy. There must be one bloke that you've either met or that you've seen in a pub
Who do you think
on a
is
poster.
Attractive? Tell you what.
Go on.
Tell you what. Works here. Young Alex Zane.
Well, we know, Alex, maybe we can fix you up. I love you, Alex. You've got so much.
I just like the way, the things that interest me, I remember. Things like snakes not having ears and stuff. Yes. I didn't have to read about that.
No, you just learned that, yes.
You saw it on the telly, didn't you? You saw it on that Ian Wright programme.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is what Karl said to me. He said, it's actually, I called Karl up in the week, and Reese was with him. Reese used to be on XFM, and he took the phone, and he went, Karl's worried, I've seen that programme. He said, snakes don't have ears, right? He said, so you can creep up on them and pick them up. And he said, Karl's worried. He said, how would you ever put them down again? Because then they know you're there.
I woke up the other night, quite late.
Worried about that.
And I said to my girlfriend, I said, how do you put a snake down? And she said, what are you talking about? I said, that Ian Wright thing, this guy managed to pick up a snake. And do you know that thing where they clamp its head on a jar to get the poison out?
I do now.
Right? They did that, but they didn't show you how they got rid of it, and I thought it could really get nasty, because it's obviously annoyed that you've had its head pressed in the jar.
Yeah.
Right?
They hate that.
Now...
Especially as it's in front of their mates.
When you lift it off, right, you've got hold of it.
Yeah.
If you go to chuck it down, it's going to turn on you.
It's going to go wild, isn't it?
So... I just wondered.
Well, what you do is you never put it down, Karl.
Yeah, that's why that bloke has got about 11 or 12 just carrying him.
Exactly.
Yeah, you never put it down. You sling it. Who cares?
You just throw it, don't you, really far.
That's not that. I don't think you should throw.
But Karl, listen, don't worry. We're not asking you to get involved with snakes. Rick, I sometimes get off at the Tube at Tottenham Court Road if I want to look at the record shops before I come into XFM, and I always cut through Chinatown.
Oh yeah.
And every time I come through Chinatown, the same thought always strikes me. I always feel like I want to just gather all the little locals, all the little Chinese fellas, just gather them round and just go, guys, in what way is this a town?
It's not, is it?
This is not, at best, what you've got here is a novelty street.
Yeah, Gerrard Street is not a town, mate.
No, it's not a town. You've had this since like 100 years. It's not expanding.
Yeah.
You can't just call it Chinatown and claim it's a town.
If I was them though and you do that, I go, what are you talking about? It is a town. It is a town. It's our town. It is a town. It's our town. We got all lots of stuff.
Where's your church? Where's your mayor?
We got a betting shop.
Not enough.
It is.
See, all you've got here is restaurants.
No.
That's not a town.
No. Got a little supermarket with snacks.
What does it sell?
Snacks.
Specifically, I would imagine crackers.
Yeah. Do you want to buy a dragon? Do you want to buy an ornamental dragon?
If I wanted to buy one, this is where I would.
Do you want to buy a gold dragon?
Is it made of gold?
No, it's made of plastic, but it's sprayed gold. Do you want to buy that?
It's not a town.
It is a town.
It's not a town.
Yeah.
And it annoys me because when I first came to London, I genuinely thought Chinatown was going to be this amazing, what they've got there is
you'd hear a gong and every time you went in there,
and there'd be rickshaws and people walking on those little sort of wooden shoes. You know those ones? They're brilliant. They are just clomping around in them, but nothing. It's nothing. It's just. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It just reminds me of, have you ever been to any of those sort of museums? You tend to have them up north where they've got like, you sort of sit in a little cart and it sort of rides you through kind of, I don't know, it might be
Newcastle,
the Victorian era.
Yeah. Can I have half a pound of those sweets, please?
Exactly.
Of course you can.
If there was some animatronic then, it would just be an exhibit.
Yeah. Although their concession to being 100 years ago is that there's some scales in the shop and there's a horse outside.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. The traditional sounds and smells of old England.
And the voice of going, of course, there was no television.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Brilliant. Yeah. Welcome to Chinatown.
Ding, 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 ding.
So it's not, it's a good point.
Is that a piece of traditional music? Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Is that some traditional Chinese music, or is that music that someone in this country wrote, thinking it sounded like Chinese music?
I think it was the Vapors, wasn't it?
Oh, is that what it is? That? Because it sounds so, that's the music, isn't it? But are you sure they didn't take that from some other source?
It's that pentatonic scale, isn't it? What is it called? It's the black notes on the piano.
Right, that's the one I can play along with EastEnders.
Yeah.
Do you know what I don't get with it?
Go on.
Chinatown.
Yeah, Chinatown, because I always walk through it on the way to work. A couple of things annoy me. First of all, I think it's bad business, just because if you've got a Chinese restaurant, put it somewhere where there isn't any others.
It's a good point.
Yeah, but it's also a community. They're not just a theme park for other people.
I remember going out one night with Suzanne and some friends, and you got there and there's so much choice. It's that dilemma of, oh, forget it.
Well, not really. Specifically, do you fancy Chinese?
Well, no, but why don't you go to the one with the dead ducks hanging in the window? That's my favourite.
That's the other thing as well. It's like, normally you put your good stuff in the window. If that's what's in the window. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And the other thing that annoys me, walking through it today, there's always lard on the floor.
What, in the street?
In the street.
It is, honestly. I'm scared I'm going to slip over. It's because all the restaurants and that. But why is it? That's another point.
Well, it's not oozing out of the restaurants.
No, but why is it?
I don't know what they do.
Careful. Listen, no, but why is
That's why they used to wear those little wooden shoes.
No, okay, we've got...
No, but the thing is as well, they try and wash it with water, which doesn't work with lard, and it's like oil.
Famously, yeah.
You know what I mean? Even I know that.
Yeah, you got to scrub it.
So,
you think
sorted that out.
Yeah. You think they'd know, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, thanks for your thoughts on Chinatown, Karl.
Don't steal our son. Please, lads. Thrills. On XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
Yeah.
Little Carly Pilkington, little baldy mank, whinging little twat. How are you?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
What are you doing? Happy? Feeling a bit happier today? You look as full of spunk, as they say in America.
Yeah, I'm all right. Just a bit of a miserable day, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit miserable.
Yeah.
Walking in today, right? Do you know I walked through, like, the... sort of the gay district of London and that.
Right.
You don't walk, you mince, don't you?
Well, just walking through on the way to work, and I'm always interested in their little shops and stuff that they have, right? Loads of
their little shops.
That's no be ashamed of. If you want to go in and buy something, go in and buy something.
I'm just having a look at, looking in the windows and stuff. Little postcard just near the entrance.
Yeah.
That's meant to tease people in, to make people go, that sounds good, I'll nip in, right? Little postcard. Free butt plugs with every sale.
That's great. How did we get from 5p off milk to free butt plugs with every sale? Wow. What's society come to?
Well, it's because we're liberated, Rick.
Yeah.
It's an open society.
What did you buy to get them? You didn't buy...
No, I didn't. But what's the purpose?
What, of the poster or of butt plugs?
Butt plugs, because I really honestly
you
don't...
shove them up your arse, don't you?
Whoa, slow down, bum. Shove them up your bum.
Yeah.
But when? Is that just like when you're doing whatever, doing stuff around the house? Or?
I think it's not to keep things out. Is it like you would use a plug in the sink to keep, the water in the sink?
Oh, if you're not gay. Get that? Oh, yeah, no, I know what you mean, yeah.
I don't know.
No entry.
What is it? I mean, I don't understand what that's
I don't know. I assume it either feels good or are they... well, I've got to be careful here. Or are they sort of like breaking it in?
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? like it's like a shoehorn.
Sure.
or you know,
it's like when you stick paper in your shoes if they're a bit tight.
Or those people who sort of like put little bits of wood in their lips, and then as soon they've got big plates in their lips.
Yeah.
Same as the butt plug. It means you can, you're ready for anything. I don't know, do I? Look at Carl's face.
Well, if you know what butt plugs are used for, then why not get in touch? Gervais at XFM.co.uk.
What do you think? If there's any,
I can't believe we're already on this subject.
I know.
It's 1:05 and we're
I was going to say then, if there's any people who use butt plugs, and I was thinking that Karl would have said, well, they're not up yet, because they go out late.
No, but
what is it? We're award-winning people. We've written a TV
not on
show.
Radio though. Not on radio. We're rubbish on radio.
I know,
We've got nothing to lose.
But I always say to you, Steve, that I like educating people and that. Now, the way I see it is I didn't know what they were.
Let's phone to go in. Someone might know about butt plugs.
All right, we'll get.
No, get them on. Get them on. Ask them.
No, because they might say something dodgy.
Oh.
Whereas, what have we just been doing?
Just take a chance. Take a chance and tell them not to swear.
Well, you tell them.
Okay.
Right, Steve,
I haven't got my headphones on.
Hello, who's that?
Hold on.
Who, sorry?
Nicholas.
Nicholas, hello, mate. You're not going to swear, are you?
No, I'm not going to swear.
Keep it clean. Keep them keen. What were you calling about?
I'm phoning about your plugs.
About, not my plugs, but your plugs in general. What, do you know much about them?
No,
are you a plug user yourself?
No, I'm just thinking if maybe you've got some gay friends and you're spending the night at their place, you might want to use one.
Right. What, you mean experiment with them, or...?
No, so you can make sure they're not going to do anything while you're asleep.
Could I suggest, just lock the door? I mean, that is easier to me.
Can I make a bigger suggestion? That's probably the most homophobic thing we've had said on the show today. Thanks very much for your call. Right, okay, good. Well, that's why we shouldn't put people on the line. Just, without checking first. I think Karl's made a good point. That's the calibre of listener we've got. God Gave Rock and Roll to You by Kiss on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant.
I'm bloody glad he did, Steve.
Thank you, I am.
Cheers.
Karl Pilkington's with us as well. He's learned some stuff while the song's been on.
He's had a couple of calls, one from a bloke, one from a woman who worked at a sex shop, and you learned quite a lot. I could see your eyes widening. What have you learned then about butt plugs?
I haven't really learned anything. I still don't understand it.
Yes, you have.
No, but the woman was just saying, it spices things up a bit.
Yeah.
Well, what do you need to do that for? The end result is always the same, I think. So why complicate it? Do you know what I mean? Are you with me, though? These people who say, they do stuff all night, it's like, what's the point? That's why I like short stories and that.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
So...
Excellent. I wish people could see what he looks like when he's talking like it. Oh, in fact, he's in Heat next week, Steve.
Right.
Yeah, they've put a picture of him. They could do the grab off the DVD, and he's behind the scenes, and he's got his little picture in Heat, and he hates it, don't you?
Well, I'm a bit annoyed because I didn't want it in.
Why are you worried?
Just don't want people knowing what I look like and that.
Why?
Were you on the DVD?
Yeah, but...
It's to public domain. Anyone can take it off there and put it on the paper now.
But that's extras on a DVD, and I'm just thinking not that many people. If they watch it, they won't take it in, stuff like that.
What are you worried about then?
There's like me brother and sister and stuff who I don't see anymore. If they know what I look like now, they might...
What do you mean if they know what you look like now? They've just got to imagine little Karl Pilkington with no hair.
No, I've changed quite a lot because I work hard, don't I? So I've aged quite badly. And I'm just thinking if they...
You used to have the hair of a Chinaman,
but sorry, why is it a problem for your brother and sister to see you?
Because I don't see them anymore, do I? And they'll come out of the woodwork now.
What? They're after your millions?
No, so they're sitting at home, they're looking at Heat, and there goes Karl Pilkington, oh, Karl's my brother. My brother, maybe I'll go and see him.
I don't want the hassle.
But they could find out where you are.
What's the hassle then?
It's just hassle of having friends and family and that.
You mean this, don't you?
Yeah, that I'm not into having
but
mates.
If either your brother or your sister came to your door, would you not welcome them in and give them a cup of tea?
Do you know what? He bumped into his sister, right, after about 7 years in a car park somewhere, right? And she went, oh, I got a picture of my new kid. Do you want to see it? He went, not really. All kids look the same.
and she went off in a huff.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though, isn't it? She hadn't seen me for years and years. That's the way I am. I'm not like being rude or anything. I'm just says what comes in my head.
Oh, don't give me that. Don't do that. I'm not rude. It's what comes in my head.
That's a rubbish excuse.
Not rude.
Know me, know my ways.
Yeah.
Right, am I wrong then? Let's look at it. Let's look at what I said.
There's Nouts Obama's cakes. Know me, know my ways. Get out, you twiddle flunt. What is that? What sort of philosophy is that? Know me, I'm rude, and take it or leave it.
I'm not being rude.
You are being rude.
What, saying that all babies look the same?
It's your nephew. You didn't even bother to have a look. You could have been courteous and had a look at the picture.
If it was a first, I'd say fair enough, but she's got loads of kids.
Oh, fair enough. What kind of woman is she?
David Bowie, Lady Stardust from Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. I went to see him Tuesday. I know you went to see him Wednesday, Steve. I mean, obviously I'm a mental fan, but I think objectively that was one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
He's got the best band in the world. He played all the hits. It was an amazing show. The sound was incredible. I mean, do you know what I mean?
Well, his voice as well. I think people don't realise how incredible his voice is.
It was absolutely...
Soulful is the word I'd use.
Brilliant. Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. You don't care, do you, Karl? We don't care about this.
You never really go to gigs, do you, Karl? The live music experience is not something you enjoy.
Can be all right.
Go on.
I heard that someone else who went to the Bowie thing said that he sort of messed with the songs a bit, which would annoy me.
No, he didn't.
Not really.
Hardly at all.
He said when they did Life on Mars, instead of saying something about just the tune of it, he messed with it so it wasn't the same. That would annoy me.
What would you do? Get up and leave?
But I mean, we're not talking Bob Dylan or Sinatra. He ad-libbed a little bit, I suppose, and it's his song, but it was totally faithful. He was singing the songs. What do you mean?
Well, it's just don't mess with stuff. It's like if you went to see Titanic and then the boat didn't have a crash, you'd go, what are they doing? It's like, oh, I fancy messing with it.
Well, he didn't. Well, I'll tell you, he didn't mess with it. Relatively speaking, he did not mess with the songs. They were brilliant renditions.
That would be a hell of a film, though, where Titanic gets to New York. Absolutely fine.
Oh, Karl.
But,
you're amazing.
It's because I work here, though, and there's a lot of gigs going on all the time, and then you get to a point when, you just go, get a bit fed up with that.
Well, when was the last time you went to a live experience?
Well, I've been to gigs, but the one that springs to mind probably is when I first sort of tried a gig out, and it wasn't a music one. It was Bottom. Do you know with
Bottom the live thing with
Rick Mail and Equanimity?
Yeah, in Manchester.
When was that?
Years ago, because it was in Manchester in about, I don't know, 87, 88 or something, and I was set up for a blind date. Right, this a mate of mine sort of set me up to see this.
What?
Girl.
So you said let's go to Bottom?
Well, I didn't tell her. I just said meet us at the Apollo.
I bet she was over the moon, wasn't she?
Met her there. Said right.
Romantic.
Going to see some middle-aged men run round in pants. Brilliant.
Well, it's good. It's one of them things that afterwards you've got something to talk about, haven't you, and stuff.
Yeah.
So was it a good gig?
Yeah, it was all right. Sort of bought some April fruits and that at the start of the night.
Yeah.
I think she liked that. And then we watched Bottom. Then afterwards had a bit of a chat. And then...
you didn't see her again, I take it?
I would have done, right, because she was all right looking and everything.
Yeah.
But when we were chatting, she said she had a problem with a marrow and that.
She what?
She had a problem with a marrow.
She had a problem with her marrow?
Yeah.
You mean her bone marrow?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant she had one stuck of her fanny.
No, just the...
Thanks for that, Rick. That's an image I can't get out of my head.
No, I wondered what... I was thinking a marrow. I thought you meant a marrow. Her marrow.
And is that serious, that? I just was put off it because I thought...
I think it's more serious than a problem with a marrow.
Yeah,
I mean... With a marrow and that.
It's an idea if you're bored with butt plugs.
I love it. I love it. Everything he says is like someone from Kes.
It was just that thing that...
You didn't want to go out with a girl who might be ill in some way.
Well, yeah, I thought, what's the point in spending time with her, spending money on her and stuff, and then she's going to die on me?
Oh!
No, but seriously.
God!
No, but I'm just... See, this is what annoys me.
Oh,
you asked me to be honest, but I'm just saying, what's the point in me getting upset and stuff?
No, but it's not it was the one thing is then what's the point in spending money on her if she's going to die anyway? You've got to realise that's not a normal thing to say.
No, but what's the point in getting to really knowing someone and thinking, oh, she's really nice, I want to spend my life with her? It's good that she told me when she did.
Carl! What, during bottom? This is the most amazing thing you've ever said.
Steve, don't you understand what I'm saying?
But no, because what? Well, firstly, it's the assumption that she's going to drop dead, and you're going to think, well, I just bought her some open fruits. I'm livid.
I don't know what it means when you've got a problem with a marrow and that, but she looked pretty serious when she was talking about it. So I was like, oh.
Christ almighty!
I don't understand what's so bad about it.
Play a record! I'll tell you. I'll explain to you during the break. Play a record.
Libertines?
Yeah.
If you're morally objectionable, why not email ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk?
It's okay, he's an idiot.
True.
Modest Chambers, Kings of Leon on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Steve,
yes.
I want to talk to you. I think it was, might have been Wednesday night. I was in the pub. Phone goes. And Karl goes, "You're watching that thing about parasites?"
Right.
I went, "No, I'm out." He went, "Oh, fella with a maggot in his head."
Fellow with a maggot in his head?
Yeah. And they go, "Oh, no, he's pulling it out now." Oh, God. I said, "Well, I'll get it. I said, "Yeah, see you later." About 5 minutes later, I get a message on my phone. Beep, beep. I look at it. It just says, "Oh, no, there's a fella with his fish up his cock now."
There's a fellow with a fish up his cock?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Do you want to explain that, Karl? Is it one of those little ones that swim up if you're having a slash in the Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? But it was still like stuff like that. It started off with
What does the fish do when it gets in there?
just sits there.
Why?
Well, what else can it do?
No, but why does it go up there?
Don't know. I didn't listen to that bit. There's a bit. He started off with a fella who had a bit of meat and got a tapeworm inside him.
Yeah.
And he grew it for however long, and then it came out at the end. It was about 7 foot long.
On purpose?
Yeah, he did it on purpose. Yeah, for the programme, right?
I think probably slimming, isn't it?
Well, I was thinking that could you're a fan of Waller. Could he purposely have about 8 of them?
What, Rick Waller?
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
because they were saying how they eat, a lot of stuff when they're in you. They just eat.
Well,
all
they
of
take enough so you don't die, and nor do they. Yeah, but I mean, you've got to keep taking them out, haven't you? Because you'll still have the same weight because it's got to go somewhere. So you'll have them in you. What you got to do is let them eat your meal and then take them out.
Do you think worm watchers will catch on?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that happened, right? And then there was a woman with a maggot in her head.
A woman with a maggot in her head?
Yeah, she went on holiday, it got in there somehow, and
Stowaway.
it it was massive. And the thing is, she had a hole in her head, and she's there being interviewed with the doctor, and you can see it just sort of sticking its head out. Do you know when you see a cartoon with a maggot in an apple?
Yeah.
And it looks around like that.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just take it out there and then?
I think they could have done, but the doctor's messing about. It's like, well, it's good for the show, isn't it? And they left it in there.
Right, that's libelous.
Well,
that is libelous.
But I found it weird. Why not just grab it?
Because there must be a reason. There must be one of those medical reasons that you don't really know about, Karl.
Right. And another bit. This was the best one. Right?
Grab it.
Right. There's this fella, and he was on his bike, right,
yeah.
cycling to work or whatever, and he sort of sees this thing in the corner of his eye. Right?
Literally in the corner of his eye. Or you mean he saw?
He just said he saw something.
In his peripheral vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought, what's that?
Yeah.
So he thought, oh, doesn't matter, whatever. And he stops off at a cafe, right?
Yeah.
Get a little scone, a tea or whatever. And he goes in there and he's sat down, and the waiter comes over. He says, "Yeah, what do you want?" He says, "I'll have a scone and a tea." He goes, "All right then." So he goes to get it, comes back. As he puts the tea and the scone down, his face is like, "What is that?" Right, like a look of frightenedness on his face. Right, drops the tea and legs it. So the fella's going, what? So he legs it after the bloke and goes, "What?" And he says, something came out of your nose. That was massive.
Sorry, something came out of the guy.
This is all true because people would have watched it, so don't start saying it didn't happen.
Hang on, I just need to clarify. The guy on the bike...
I don't believe he ran away. I don't believe he legged it. I don't believe he had a look of frightenedness on his face, and I don't believe he said something massive came out your nose. And I don't even believe he had a cup of tea in the scone. These are the things that I think are embellished.
But who had something coming out of his nose? Was it the guy serving the scone?
The one who was on the bike who ordered the scone.
Yeah, but what was it?
Came out of his nose.
What was it? Came out of his nose.
Right. So he goes home and he thinks, I've got to sort this out because it's not good and that. So he
But what? No, it was out of his nose. So you mean it poked out of his nose? It didn't come out.
It just said hello and then
it was like the maggot in the head.
Yeah,
he just popped his head out, had a look around and went back in.
Why did the bloke drop the tea and run?
Well, it's weird, isn't it?
All right, so he goes home.
He goes home and he goes, oh, God, you know. So he sits in front of the mirror and he's sat there waiting. This thing comes out. Again, sort of looks round, goes back in again. So he goes, oh.
No scones.
Right.
No,
so he goes, I've got to sort this out. He goes to the doctors, says to the doctor, I've got something up my nose. It just keeps coming out and having a look round, going back in.
Didn't say that.
The doctor's like, oh, I haven't heard of that before. Right?
Didn't say that.
So sat there. It does it again. The doctor looks, frightened again.
Runs away?
Yeah.
He's
got a look of frightenedness on his face.
He had a look of medical frightenedness. Yeah. He dropped his stethoscope and legged it.
No, he said, I know what it was. He said, what? So you got a leech up your nose. He had a leech about that long.
What's radio?
Well, how long's that?
4 inches.
4 inches coming out of his nose. Next time it stuck its head out, he grabbed it, pulled it out. That's horrible though, isn't it? Isn't it?
Can I just remind people, just let people know, when Karl was saying it was about that long and Ricky said 4 inches, he was using his fingers.
Oh yeah, he didn't have his... No.
There's nothing else there.
The feather out, no.
So he had a leech up his nose. How did he get a leech up his nose?
I don't know, again, I'm not that bothered about that bit. All the footage and stuff.
Oh, play a record.
Brilliant programme.
Yeah.
It's just the same. He just sees that. He gets fast. He doesn't read on. His education is just sound bites and self-embellishment in his own head. Yeah.
Well,
it's like he gets all his news from Ananova and he just reads the headline.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't bother reading it.
But he considers that education. He gets annoyed if you think that more information is useful.
Don't get going on that, because we'll talk about that later. If you're going to start having a go.
Right, okay, okay, we're going to play a song now, and I'm going to tell London Karl's confusion over evolution.
Right.
Better you two?
Oh, brilliant.
Sweetest thing. 104.9 XFM, 104.9. U2, the sweetest thing on XFM. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
So, we're with Karl in the week. So, what can we do this week? I was saying, well, don't do Rockbusters, that's dead in the water. I hope the listening public agree with me. He's going, well, I want to teach stuff again. Remember what I taught you last week? I went, no, no idea. Were you joking? I went, no. And he went, Ivan the Terrible goes out a fella's eyes.
Yeah.
He actually said Ivan the Terrible at the time.
Yeah.
So
I can't remember. This was a man who had built something for Ivan the Terrible, and then
but his idea of education is telling someone something that knows more about the subject than him, so they can correct him when he's telling them it. And so I said, well, I don't know. And he gets annoyed that me and you are dubious against monkeys who perform bank robberies. And he goes, but you believe in Newton. He doesn't know the difference. I was trying to explain the laws of the universe, right? It was going, what do you do? And so all I come up with, I thought somewhat interesting. You know when you tell a child maths, you say you've got 3 potatoes and you've got 4 potatoes. I have to do that with science to Karl.
Yeah.
So I ended up saying, imagine you're in a shopping trolley with loads of house bricks. If you throw the house bricks out, you'll go the other way. He loved that.
Right.
He didn't you?
Because I didn't know that would happen. And it's sort of useful to know. It sort of explained a bit to me and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I like doing stuff every week. I think listeners go away going, well, I didn't know that. Do you know what I mean? Karl told me something there.
They forget it instantly, just like we do. We're friends of yours and we forget it instantly.
No, the annoying thing with you is, Steve, not so much, Ricky, at least they'll listen now and again, you'll just dismiss stuff straight away. I told you loads of stuff yesterday, But Karl, what you consider education...
What you
hang on, what you consider education, I consider tittle-tattle.
Well,
it's not education. Do you know what I mean? You seem to think it's education. It's just kind of gossip, stories you've sort of half read.
Right, all right. Example of yesterday. Goldfish have longer memories than people think they do.
Yeah.
You said no, it's rubbish.
No, we didn't. We said, where'd you get that from?
Where'd you get the information
from? Yeah.
There's not enough information there for it to be educational. Because
it's also relative.
I don't know.
Because that as a statement, it has no objectivity. Goldfish's memories are longer than some people think. That isn't a fact.
Exactly.
Because we don't know how long do people think a goldfish's memory is. Do you see what that isn't a fact? Whereas Newton's laws of physics and the universe are.
Right. Yeah, but it was just a little thing. And I taught you more than that. I said about there's loads of Chinese people, if you put them in a line, you can't get to the end of it.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
There's loads of Chinese people.
We know that, but what? If we put them in a line, we can't get to the end of it?
We just say there's about 1 billion Chinese people in the world.
But what really annoys me is, right, I read something on the internet the other day, because I'm always trying to learn stuff.
Yeah, no, you are. I know you are.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're having a go at me because you're saying, well, what does that mean? Yeah, there was a report on, I think it was Ananova or BBC News website. It said, the world may end in 32 million years. Right, first of all, it says may, it doesn't say it will. And 32 million, who's going to argue with that? And yet they're allowed to put that on a website. You're not having a go at them.
No, but
Carl, you didn't read on.
There's more information.
That wasn't meant to be a newsflash to worry people. That was like, oh, scientists have discovered that possibility. That was just like.
Yeah, but again, possibility.
No, but Carl, but there's other paragraphs that you haven't read. You see, that'll have to give explanations as to why they think that might happen. So therefore, it becomes a news item. It becomes educational. It's not just the headline, the bullet point. The headline's just supposed to draw you into the story so you read on. That's not all the information.
But then I was trying to come up with things to excite you, and I realised that I was opening a can of worms. I was trying to come up with facts for him. He was going, give me facts. So I said, oh, okay, why can't an owl, why does an owl have to turn its sort of head 180 degrees? And I said, it's because the eyes are so large, has a huge focal point for its sight, that they can't move within the skull, right? And he went, well, why'd they do that? Why didn't they just do it, give them normal eyes, and then not after I've turned their head? I went, what do you mean? Why didn't they? He went, well, whoever did that. I went, well, it was evolution. He went, it's like giraffes. I read the giraffes grew their necks to eat food. So they didn't grow their necks to get the food. The ones that had upshots lived longer and so got the food and passed on their. He went, yeah, but why didn't they just give them wings? I went, why didn't who just give them wings? He got angry and went, whoever gave them the necks. his understanding of evolution made me fall on the floor.
Who do you imagine is they? Because you don't believe in God, do you? So who is it you imagine is they?
Well, whoever made us sorted us out.
Who?
I don't know, it just happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
there's no will to evolution. It's natural selection, isn't it?
I still don't get it, though. We talked about an hour, didn't we?
I know.
Yeah, but to be fair, I watched as Ricky tried to give you actually what was quite a concise and educated version of evolution. He tried to explain it to you, and I have never seen a person lose interest quicker.
But I tried to use actual fact, then I tried to use metaphor and analogy, then I showed you some computer programs to show what biofeedback is and everything. I tried all these things, and Steve's right. You were looking out the window.
Have you ever spoken, Karl, to someone who's got Alzheimer's disease? And you try to explain who you are, and they're listening, and then that's what you're like. It's extraordinary. But listen, seriously, I went home, I found this book, I found a couple of facts which I think are more up your street. Evolution, a little bit complicated, a little bit big. But this one, I think we may have mentioned it before, I think you'll like this. This is from a book of facts and trivia. The Egyptians trained baboons to wait on tables. That's interesting to you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Have you got any more there?
I'll see if I can find
he's interested.
Yeah.
Can get the staff.
That did happen,
You pay peanuts,
that definitely happened,
you get monkeys.
And then what did they go off and do after that?
Well, it doesn't say. So
I love the fact that he thinks, right, okay, so in his mind, it's now the monkey going, it's 5:30, I'm off, you know I was going early today, and they go off maybe dancing or something, or they come in late.
No, I assumed what you meant there is that was their first career move.
Yeah,
and they went on. It's like actors waiting to be discovered.
Play a record.
Just one more before you play a record.
Oh, man.
You'll like this. Peter the Great. You ever heard of Peter the Great?
No.
Okay, well anyway, Peter the Great had his wife's lover executed.
You'll love this, Karl.
Right, so his wife had a lover, he had him executed, and he put his head into a jar of alcohol, and his wife had to keep it in her bedroom. Do you understand? That's every time every morning she'd wake up and there was her lover's head in a jar.
Who took his head off? He took his own head off.
Play a record.
Play a record.
She had a lover, and never mind. Never mind.
It couldn't be any more concise.
Mad World on XFM. We just had a text, Rick, from Andrew Barnes. He says he watched the same documentary, it would appear, as Karl did in the week. And he says here, just to clarify, the leech nose man got it up there when drinking from a muddy stream. And he goes on, one can only imagine the frightenedness he experienced.
Karl. Explain to him once more what happened with Peter the Great.
All right, so we've got Peter the Great.
Yeah.
Okay. And his wife had a lover.
That's another man.
Another man.
Not Peter the Great.
She was having an affair with someone else.
Right.
And Peter the Great, he found out about that. Okay?
Yeah.
So he sliced off this bloke's head. He killed him. He executed him.
Right.
Were you with me so far?
The fella who she was seeing for a bit.
Yeah, there's only two fellas involved.
There's two people involved. One's Peter the Great, the other one's not. Right. The guy that's not Peter the Great...
Derek the Terrible.
Derek the Rubbish.
Yeah.
Right? He's having an affair with Peter the Great's missus. So Peter the Great slices off his head, puts it inside a jar of alcohol to preserve it, and puts it in his wife's bedroom. So every morning she wakes up, she sees her dead lover's head.
You'd have thought he wouldn't have wanted to remember, wouldn't you?
Oh.
Best bury the head so she don't remember.
Well, it was a reminder so as not to put it about.
And did it work?
Oh, I don't know.
I love that. Again, that to me is an amazing thing to do. And you go, did it work? I mean, you've got quite an interesting mind, actually. I mean, you are, in some ways, really, really bright and intelligent. I love the way you think. You're one of the cleverest blokes in some ways that I know.
Hello, it says I've got common sense.
Well,
yeah.
And that's more important than knowing about,
But it's what it's like you follow the subplot, which is quite an interesting thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like you tell you a story, you'll always pick up on something that I didn't even think was an important bit. It's like you're looking out of the window all the time.
So what's important about that head thing?
What do you mean?
The head in a jar.
It's a grotesque thing to do. It shows ego, power, cruelty, and revenge.
Although I think it probably did work because he is called Peter the Great.
Yeah.
So you'd assume he got it right.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can query that. That's the sort of facts you give us. You see now, you're on the other side of the fence, and you've got questions just like we've always got questions.
No, but in Karl's thing, it would have been, turns out, some weird happened, right? And he was still alive. Yeah. And so she was still having sex with body. And his head was watching.
Yeah.
And Peter the Great didn't even know.
See how he's perked up?
I understand what you're saying. Now I've learned some other stuff, so I'll see if I can, educate you a bit before 3.
But I want to know. I'll tell you what education I want. I want to know what sort of things I can buy this weekend.
Butt plugs.
No. Have you got any adverts?
Oh, yeah.
XFM. It's My Life and No Doubt on XFM. The version of the Talk song.
Love it.
You've enjoyed that, Rick?
Yeah, on XFM 104.9. Right, Karl. This is where he shines. This is what Karl gets Mondays off for.
Yeah.
Okay, Karl, what is it? You want to explain this?
It's the bit when I'm in a film and sort of edit me into it so I'm like an actor in a major film.
Yeah.
We've done Kes, we've done One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Shining, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This week, it's A Few Good Men.
Brilliant film.
With Jack Nicholson and that.
Yeah.
So you listen to this and we'll give the question later on. Probably.
Let's give it after this.
All right.
Yeah, we'll give it after we've heard the clip.
I haven't really got one sorted, but I'll think of one whilst it's on. So have a listen to this, take everything in, and then the question at the end. So it's a scene where it's the court case.
Yeah.
All right.
All rise. Call your witness.
Yeah, he's just coming now. All right, Jack.
Colonel.
What?
I'd appreciate if he would address me as Colonel or Sir. I believe I've earned it.
Defense counsel will address the witness as Colonel or Sir.
All right, Colonel. Bit smart today with all the All the army stuff on?
You ever served in an infantry unit, son?
Nah. Brother did. He was in the army. He got kicked out, though, because he went for a packet of fags in a tank. Weird, that, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's tragic.
I wouldn't say it's tragic. I'll show you something tragic. I always carry this book around with me. I always show it to people. It's got, like, the top 50 weird people in the world in it, right? It's all sorts of weird stuff in it. Look at this one here. It's a fella, right? He's got 2 heads. And the weird thing is, right, is the top 50 weird people in the world. He's at number 50, he's got 2 heads. Right? Makes you wonder what's going to be at number 1, doesn't it?
Are these really the questions that I was called here to answer?
No, but look at it. Imagine if you were his mate. You wouldn't get a word in edgeways, would you? If you
maybe didn't have any friends.
Probably right. They say, don't they? They say 2's company, 3's a crowd. So...
Please tell me that you have something more, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I got loads more. For this fella at number 36, look at him. 3 legs. Little fella with 3 legs, right? Guess what his job is?
My answer is I don't have the first damn clue.
Well, I'll tell you. He's a juggler.
I beg your pardon?
He's a juggler.
This is ridiculous.
I know it's ridiculous. You're probably thinking what I'm thinking. Why wasn't he a footballer? Be great at keepy uppies and that.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
Yeah, it's just that I'd like to know the truth. Because
you can't handle the truth!
Gentlemen.
Well, I've paid for the book, so I think I'm entitled to know why
I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to!
You better get somewhere fast with this, Lieutenant.
What about this one, then? This lad here, he's 12 years old, he looks 48. What do you think?
No.
Why not, though? You said you didn't want to know any more about the juggler. You didn't say you didn't want to know
I know what I
about
said. I don't have to have it read back to me like I'm...
Right.
Lieutenant, do you have anything further for this witness?
Well, just wanted to know if you thought Mr. Webfoot at number 42 should have took up swimming, but...
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd say that now, wouldn't you? Forget it.
Well, I don't know what to say, really. That's Karl Pilkington in the film A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson, acting alongside Jack, and I have to say, giving him a run for his money.
I think Karl is a really good actor. I genuinely think that. Should we put him in something?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Right, what's the question?
What's his forte, do you think?
Just sort of playing that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Deep stuff.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we can sort that out.
Think of a question there out of that little lot.
You've not got one?
Well, I've got... Who was at number 36? Whatever it was. What was it?
Don't know. Let's...
Who was at number 50? Who was at number 50?
Yeah, all right then.
Okay.
Yeah, who's number... what... Yeah.
Well, yeah, what was odd about the guy who was at number 50 in the 50 weirdest people list?
And just text in 83 XFM and put your address on there as well and that.
What prizes are there, Karl?
Loads of stuff.
Yeah. Let me just have a quick look. Oh, that's actually not bad. There's Lord of the Rings on there. Michael Palin's Around the World in 80 Days. If you've not had a chance to see that yet, it's been repeated about 80 times. Look Around You, which is an excellent show. That's
yeah, it's
funny
brilliant.
I've seen that. There's some other good stuff. That's not too bad. And also the relatively poor stand-up DVD, Ricky Gervais's live Animals show, which is mediocre.
Can't give him away.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, you can win all those prizes if you can answer which question again?
Who was the fella who was at number 50 in my book? What was up with him?
Excellent.
Right, so let's got to play
Thorns.
some Thorns. Yeah?
That's the most beautiful track. I can't get enough of this. Isn't it? You'll love it. You'll love this. Karl, come on. What's the matter with you?
Oh,
Thorns.
that's
No Blue Sky. Beautiful, isn't it? And that great track.
it's all right. Yeah.
Just had an email. Yeah. That woman who opened the Office script could have her head cut off. Apparently, when a letter is posted, it becomes the property of the Queen until it reaches the person it was meant for. By opening it, she's committed treason and could be killed. I don't know if you're familiar with this story, Karl, are you?
Go on.
Apparently, some copies of the Office Christmas specials scripts got sent to the wrong address. Some woman. And, I mean, I don't know what you do in that situation. Normally, if I get mail that's not addressed to me, I just give it to the postman or put it back in the postbox.
Radio 1 tried to speak to her, but apparently she's got a gagging order, which makes us think that she sold it to the Sunday. So we'll read it. We'll read the plot of The Office tomorrow in the Sunday papers, which are ruin it for some people.
Ruin it for a lot of people, yeah.
But the other thing is, I mean, if it was sent to her, obviously her name wasn't on it. If that's true, in which case, I think that's quite a serious offence, isn't it?
I would hope so. I mean, I would hope that, if I sent something in an envelope, it was...
But the BBC, the BBC thinks that because the person they said it was meant to be sent to got his, he thinks maybe that's an excuse. Maybe someone gave her the script and said, don't say it came from me.
Yeah.
So... I don't know, maybe she's protected someone, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that is
either way, don't sell it to a newspaper.
Well, It's just the kind of mercenary nature of it that I loathe, it's the fact that it's only just now makes me wonder if she had it there lying around in her house and someone said to her, well, why don't you go to the papers?
Yeah.
Try and flog it.
But I just don't think she's going to get a lot for it, because people are going to see it soon. It's not like it's the Hitler Diaries.
Well, they're not very well written.
But, I mean... I don't know. I'll tell
you what I'm frustrated by. It's just the fact that it's like we've worked hard to give people some kind of pleasure for this Christmas, because a lot of people are very depressed, Rick, very low at this time of year. They've not got what they wanted. But we're trying to cheer them up, give them a bit of happiness. Yeah,
but I think she'll be happy if she gets a lot of money.
True.
I don't know. I think it's just tacky, really.
It's like, well, I just say, if you're a fan of the show and you don't want to know what happens, then don't read the Sundays Tomorrow, or at least avoid it when it says we tell you what happens.
But the papers might not ruin it. The papers might go... We've got them, but we're not going to ruin it for people. That'd be a nice gesture.
Ideal.
But I don't know.
All I can say is it's a good job that I send out the prizes. Because that Michael Palin around the world in 80 days will be going to the person who won it.
Yeah.
And if someone else receives it, they better not try and, do you know what I mean, keep it. It should go to the winner.
Yeah, exactly. Right? That is a very good point.
So,
be warned.
Don't open things that weren't addressed to you.
Yeah.
Pandora's box. There's some sort of lesson there.
Yeah.
What happened? All the evils of the world, wasn't it?
Pretty much.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, don't try to explain it to Karl.
No, Pandora's box.
Go on.
Well, told not to open it, opened it, released all the evils that are in the world now.
But did the person say if you open it, loads of evil will come out?
It's not true. It didn't really happen. It's not like evolution. It's not the truth.
But you remember that? Yeah, you won't listen to some of my stuff. Like goldfish and stuff.
No, it's not that we don't listen to it. It's that you would pass off how all the evils in the world got here. Because on Anna Nova it would be, Pandora opens box.
Actually, speaking of headlines.
Here we go. Okay, look. Imagine if Pilkington was on News at 10, okay?
We should just explain, you cannot be bothered to read an entire news story. You get everything you need from a headline, don't you?
Well, I think... it's enough. I think if they did...
Well, let's see if this is enough. Let's see if Trevor McDonald just read this on the news at 10, it'd be short, and you get back to the football, whatever. Here we go. And here is the news at 2:15 with Karl Pilkington. Bong.
Man who walks backwards around lake falls in.
Bong.
Chinese woman eats dirt.
Bong.
Man lives in rubbish dump for 10 years.
Brilliant. Bong.
Czech family says they've got a rabbit with 3 knobs.
Right.
Done.
Sorry, can you just read a little bit more of the Czech family with 3 knobs?
Just about a family.
Not read it to yourself. Read it out on air.
It's just about...
He can't read it to himself. I tell him to read it to himself. We still hear it.
No, he was, because I could see his lips moving.
Go on.
Just this fella who had 3 rabbits.
Right, just think of this is Trevor McDonald. Yeah. Okay, carry on, Karl. Okay, well, here's the news. Right, good, brilliant. Go on.
There's a fella. He's got 3 rabbits and that, and then he checks them out. Right.
Yeah.
2 of the rabbits have got 2 knobs each.
Right.
And he goes, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Sure.
And they're throwing them around, sort of chucking, showing them around the family and stuff, saying, look at that, that's weird. Picks up the 3rd one. It's got 3.
Yeah.
So they ate the 2 with 2 because they thought they best keep the 3rd one because a little bit lucky in that.
Yeah.
It is lucky. 3 knobs there, yeah.
Now here's the sports news, and that's how it would work.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. Well, read about the Chinese woman who eats dirt. I'm interested in that.
That's it. That is the story, then. What more do you need to know?
Well, I want to know a little bit more. Can you just embellish it?
78-year-old Chinese woman. She says she's 78. Makes you wonder.
Yeah.
With my theory.
Karl's theory is that Chinese people don't age well, and so those Chinese people that are saying they're 112 are really only 33. That's why he doesn't want to be recognised, because he doesn't want to walk out from here into Chinatown.
Yeah.
It just says she's been eating soil for 70 years. She's ate about 10 tons of the stuff. And it's done her no harm. Kept her grounded.
It's probably all right for you, isn't it? Because it passes through, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, they say, don't they, if you're having a kid, let it play in soil and that, because...
well, that's to get it immune, to get it, But lots of, like, things with sort of birds and reptiles sometimes swallow soil and stones because it grinds up stuff, breaks down cellulose for them. Doesn't do you any harm.
All right, then.
One more fact from this book for you, Karl. Apparently, officially, the Second World War is not over. It's not actually over because there's never been an official treaty signed between Germany and Russia. So it's still going on. Interesting or not?
Not as good as the monkey one and the
woman who eats dirt.
And the Pete the Great and that.
Sure.
But, yeah, it is over, isn't it? Isn't it, though? That's what I mean about you annoying me with stuff that you go, oh, that's interesting. I don't think that is interesting.
Okay.
There was, what was it I learnt?
What was it I learned? Think of that as a question.
Well, we're all trying to figure that out.
Yeah, go on.
Leonardo...
DiCaprio?
The painter.
Da Vinci.
He could write with one hand, draw with the other at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
It's all right.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, if you have an interesting fact for Karl Pilkington that you think you might be intrigued by, email ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
What have we got coming up? What have we got coming up?
More education stuff. Some good tunes and that.
Yeah.
And a bit of Outcast.
Yeah. Outcast. Hey Ya on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Merchant. And over there, Karl Pilkington. Now we've got a new feature.
Well, I don't know if it should become a feature every week, Rick. I'm not sure it's got legs for that.
No.
But maybe in the absence of Rockbusters. Basically, I was looking through the pigeonhole, and we got a lot of stuff sent to us, a lot of junk, stuff we don't really want. Yeah. And a lot of people, for some reason, they send us... Begging letters, a lot of that. We get sent a lot of CDs by people, bands, artists, who have not yet been signed. Maybe they've knocked something together in their bedroom. They got a band... And they just, for some reason, they want our feedback. They want us to sort of give them some thoughts on what they think, where they're going wrong, stuff like that. And I just thought, I was having a clear out, and I thought, why not just give them a little chance, Yeah. Just throw them a bone, Rick.
Honest critique?
Honest critique of some of the artists that sent us stuff.
Okay, go on.
These are bands that have not been, they've not got a record contract.
This is exciting. Okay, name the 3 bands
first.
Well,
I'll tell you, we'll go through them individually, and I'll hear a little snatch, and then I'll get your opinions, both from you, Rick. I know you've been in the music business, you've got a good general knowledge of music, you've got good taste.
Big time,
and also Karl Pilkington's views as well.
Yeah.
We know what to think of them. So this first band is called Kellerton Road. I'm sure they're very excited. As I said their name then, they probably can't believe it. They're phoning each other now. They're getting so excited.
All friends are phoning them now.
Yeah,
Turn your phone off.
They can't
people in this band. You don't want to...
Yeah.
Well, okay, then Kellerton Road.
Kellerton Road. Play a track from them. So that's Kellerton Road. I think that's a track called Secretly. And looking on the back here, there's 6 of them in the band. They all pretty much look the same. They've got the long hair, the usual sort of look. What do you make of them, Rick?
All right.
Yeah? Quite like that?
Good, yeah. I mean, a bit generic. The chorus was a little bit simplistic, but I like good production, good musicianship.
Reminds you of something maybe like the Thrills, that sort of thing?
Yeah. I mean, good.
Jukebox or junk box?
What's a junk box?
It's just, I'm just trying to make it sound snappy. Jukebox or junk box?
Don't, because you haven't got it. Don't ever stick to what you're good at.
Okay. What, being sexy?
Just sort of watching Doctor Who and stuff. You like that, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, then, right, what's the next one?
So, well, let's just ask Karl Pilkington's opinion. Karl, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah? That's it, is it?
Yep.
Is that why you no longer write for the enemy?
Go on.
So what's this next one you've got for us then, Karl?
Toffee.
Toffee?
It's called Born Depressed.
Oh, dear.
Brilliant.
Is it about you?
I quite like that.
Yeah?
That's sort of a bit glammy, bit underground. Yeah.
What do you make of the name, Toffee?
I don't like the name.
It's not great, is it?
No, but I quite like that track.
Quite like the track. I'm just looking at the CD, they've made it themselves, and basically the band feature on there completely nude.
Oh.
What do you...
Well, we know what we think of that. What do you think of that, Karl?
Let's have a look, though.
Have a look there.
That's no point, is it?
There's quite a lot of blokes and there's one naked lady.
Just having a look, though,
Yeah.
What are you looking at the blokes? What are you looking at? Why are you looking at the blokes? Knob.
Just having a look.
But you look at their knob. I can see by the way your eyes are looking.
I'm looking at the woman's knob, though.
Well, she won't be happy with that.
No, that's a bloke, Carl.
Yeah, that's where you've been going wrong.
Yeah, that's the woman.
Yeah,
that's what I was looking at. That one, the woman's knob. So that's all right.
Yeah, good.
So Rick, hit parade or shit parade?
I don't know if it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a hit yet because I haven't got backup. But I think we're looking more about whether they get
a record deal. Do you think they deserve one?
Yeah, thumbs up for both of them.
Okay, excellent.
Well done.
All right, well done. And Karl, play the last one then. What did you make of it? Sorry, we didn't ask your opinion. We weren't interested.
Like to see him on CD UK. Just like that on the CD cover.
Okay.
And this last act, I think, is this right? Picture Centre?
Yeah.
Picture Centre. Picture Centre.
My favourite.
You like that?
Yeah, that's my favourite out of all of them. Good. There's a bit of Amy Mann in there. A little bit Cocteau Twins.
Yeah.
No, really good. Really good. Really intriguing that.
Karl Pilkington?
Yeah, it's all right.
If you didn't like it, what would you say?
It's weird though, isn't it, music? No, do you know what I mean? It's like, it depends what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? That's all right. If you're just having a game of crib or whatever, it's just on in the background. That's the thing with music. I don't think you can sort of slag any of it off. It's times, and it depends what mood you're in and stuff.
Yeah.
So
this is a pointless feature. It's a pointless feature.
We'll do it again,
I didn't come up with it.
No, I don't. All right, don't slag it off.
Okay, we'll do that again then. I was quite enjoying that, but okay.
No, do you understand what I'm saying?
Well,
that it's not worth having an opinion about music.
Well, I'm not that bothered. I'm just saying.
Imagine if he was on the panel of Fame Academy or Pop Idol.
Yeah,
that'd be great. It'd go along, and Nicky Chapman go, "Yeah, you've really improved. I really like that. I don't know what you're wearing, Dr. Fox. You were hot, baby. I loved it. Like your legs, like all your boobs and all that. Brilliant. Come to Karl. Not bothered. All right.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
No, we'll keep it up.
Play a record.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. This is my favourite. Can I change? Well, this is my favourite out of all four of them. Lynyrd Skynyrd. Yeah? Yeah. Slam dunk this puppy. Jet and roll over DJ on XFM 104.9. All right?
Karl, just an email, a question for you. Can you please let me know which school Karl went to? What school did he go to?
Cessav.
What?
Cessav.
Cessav?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It was on Cecil Avenue.
Cecil Avenue in Manchester?
Yeah.
It's just he says, I'd like to know so that I don't send my kids to the same place. He also says, P.S. Does Karl look like Gollum in Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, in fact, I was just putting a little bald wig on you, wasn't I?
Like he needs one.
Yeah.
So, if you want
some of the fun and games we have when the songs are on.
Yeah, did it hurt?
Just a little bit. The bit that worried me is when you said, let me just staple it.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get it under your chin because it looked funnier, and he was scared. Oh, I remember that. Do you remember I did that thing with the tea towel? Have you told Steve about that?
I don't think I have. It's not something I'd shout about, to be honest.
Go on.
Went round his place, and he said, before you go, I must try something.
Because I couldn't get squeezing hard enough. I can't, because I'm not strong enough to hurt him anymore now, or am I?
I think I can take it a bit more than I could at the start.
Yeah, so I wanted to squeeze his head more. So what did I do?
So he said, just hang on, I've got a tea towel. He brought a tea towel in now. I need something sort of long and thin. What can I get? He's asking his girlfriend, where's that there? Comes in with a spatula, right? He puts the tea towel on my head and manages to sort of put the spatula in and turn it round so that the tea towel is tightening on my head.
Yeah.
Using little pressure, would you say, from you?
Yeah, just little. It's brilliant. It was like a tourniquet, and I just turned it a little bit, and he screamed almost straight away, didn't you?
It hurts. But why did you think that was good? When would you need to use that tool?
I knew. I did it on my other bald mate, Rob, who was over, and he screamed as well. Because he just put a tea towel around, like a little bandana, just stick the wooden spoon down the back, just turn it, and it's even half a turn, isn't it? And it really...
Hopefully children listening will be trying that on their friends.
No, they won't. Don't try that at home.
I've got another fact for you, Karl. Might be of interest to you. Just the final one. The ancient Babylonians had few... What?
Can I just stop you there? What's a Babylonian?
My head's gonna burst. What do you mean, what's a Babylonian?
I've never heard of one.
No, but we'll work out, what's an Evertonian?
Someone who supports Everton.
Well, or from?
From Liverpool.
Yeah, so what's a Babylonian?
He's from Baba.
Yeah, well, anyway, some people from Baba, ancient Baba, they didn't have very many doctors in those days, all right? Because they felt that illnesses should be left to the wisdom of the public, right? So if you were sick, okay, you were placed in the city centre, right? And then a passerby...
Outside Baba.
Outside Baba. And a passerby who had suffered from the same ailment or who had seen it treated in the past, they would pass by, they would give them advice on how to be cured. Do you understand? So there'd be no doctors, just people passing by would see, they'd say, what's wrong with you? And they'd say, well, blah, 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 I've had the same thing, here's some advice. And pedestrians were forbidden to pass such an individual without inquiring about the complaint and prescribing for it if they knew how to.
So hang on, so there's someone ill.
Yeah.
It's outside the town hall.
Yeah.
People walk past, go, what's up with you? They go, oh, my foot hurts. And they go, oh, you've got to do this to get rid of that.
Yeah.
And were they ever right?
Well, what do you mean?
Were they ever right?
Well, how do we know?
What are you telling me?
What?
What have you just told me? What am I meant to take from that? You just said strangers sort of say, you've got that wrong with you.
I think he's sulking. I don't think he's ever going to take anything we tell him again because we don't.
No, but I don't
like the fact that he goes, monkeys can do armed robberies, and we go, no, they can't.
I don't understand what the problem is.
But how is that different from telling me that a Chinese woman ate dirt? How is that not the same sort of thing?
Because that's weird. Someone sat in Trafalgar Square going, I've got a headache and I go take some Nurofen, isn't shocking. I'm not a doctor. I've given him a bit of advice.
But neither is the dirt lady. She's not particularly interesting. Neither of them are particularly interesting. I'm just trying to give you an example of the same sort of drivel you feed us every week.
Would you sort of have tea round at her house? It's weird. The Chinese woman.
Right, so it's weird. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. It's weirdness that you're interested in.
See, I thought that you were actually interested in sort of interesting sort of stuff.
But if it's weird, it helps.
If it's weird, it helps.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be major news. The other day there was something about this fella who, I think he wanted to be an actor, right? And he was trying all his life to be an actor. Couldn't get a gig anywhere, right? So when he died, he said, right, I'm going to leave all my money to the theatre as long as that theatre uses my skull in that play they do with the head.
Hamlet.
In Hamlet. So that's that sort of news, and it's weird.
Right.
What money did he have if he'd been a struggling actor?
He had some money in that.
What did he do?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what I'm interested in, what he did. Yeah, that's what me and Steve. Yeah, that's what me and Steve are interested in, what he did, how he earned his money.
So, because you were going to educate us this week with some interesting facts.
Oh, yeah, come on then.
Is that it, or have you got more?
Well, that's weird.
But that's not educational. You didn't give me his name, you didn't give me when, you didn't give me what theatre.
No, but also to take from it. Do you know what I mean? If people listening and go, well, I'm a bit like that, it's like if you've got to be dead and have your skull on stage, that isn't the job for you. That's what I'm saying. If it takes that much, give it up, do something else. Right? What else have I taught you?
I don't know.
You haven't taught us, so you've never taught me anything.
See, we'll just have to sort of...
What, agree to disagree?
Right. I don't know what you can sort of learn from this.
Go on then.
7-Up, the drink.
Yeah.
Right. We're actually on air now, aren't we?
Yeah, this is
right,
it.
Okay.
This is it, baby.
This is a radio show that we're paid
Forget
for.
That, then. Forget
no, come on, 7-Up.
It's not really... Not important.
It's not interesting. More important.
Go on, come on then.
The little red dot, that's above the 7 on the can. Do you know, it says 7 up and the little red dot.
Yeah.
That red dot's there because the creator of it was an albino and he had red eyes. And he had that little thing there as his little trademark.
Is that true?
It's true.
That's quite interesting.
Right then. So that's what I'm saying. It's not that important, but it's interesting.
If it's true, that's interesting.
It isn't. It's true and it's interesting.
Okay, that's good. You know, Coke used to contain real cocaine. So
well, they used to be medicines, didn't they?
Tonics, yeah.
No, they were medicines. I read that tomato ketchup and Coca-Cola started off as medicines.
Probably not a medicine, probably more of a tonic, because it probably a pick me up, wasn't it? If I had coke in it and caffeine and sugar, and same as ketchup. probably lots of vitamin C and lots of sugar. It was probably more of a tonic. It wasn't really a medicine. They didn't say, cancer, have this on your chips.
It's some HP.
Wasn't a medicine, it was...
Well, it was, kind of.
All right, okay, let's agree to disagree on that particular one.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Is that it, Carl?
What else?
Because you've
Any
been
other
educated
facts?
this week. You've given us the 7-Up thing, okay.
I've told you about the goldfish.
Not really, but yeah.
You didn't tell us anything about goldfish. This is your fact, right? You know what? Goldfish might have longer memories than some people think. That's not a fact. That under no circumstances would imagine Magnus Magnuson saying, what animals might have longer memories than most people think? This is goldfish correct. Imagine that as a question. How is that a fact?
If you ever have children, you can educate them with this kind of drivel. Is this how you're going to raise your kids? So their minds just pumped full of this
That'd be my
rubbish?
job. I'd keep them interested with stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Suzanne does the proper stuff.
Yeah. So you agree there is some proper stuff?
Yeah, but I wouldn't make him do it. I'd just sort of leave the book there, and then if he read it, I'd go, that's good. That is.
What book would you think? What, the 50th freakiest people ever to be born?
Give him that to start with.
What would you tell me your favourite was? The little fella who's playing the keyboard?
That or the three-legged fella.
Yeah, okay. So he's learnt that. That's the first day at school. What would you teach him the second day at school?
I don't know, because
why do owls have to turn 180 degrees to look the other way?
Because they've got big eyes.
Yeah, and what's that mean?
What do you mean? What's it
Can
mean?
I just... I don't think you should have children.
Well, Suzanne's always saying, she'd like to hear tiny feet running around the flat. Stuff. Yeah. I just said, let's get a little midget cleaner.
Right, haven't got long. We better give the winner. We got monkey news coming up.
We haven't really got any monkey news.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
There's nothing going on, seriously.
What do you mean?
The last few weeks I've kept telling you.
No, right. This really annoys me when you say there's nothing going on, because you call it monkey news, but it's not monkey news. You have stories, dubious stories. But shut up a minute. About it's always chimps, which annoys me. You call it monkey because they're apes, right? And it's often from the 18th century, so it's not news anyway. So don't tell me there's no monkey news
what I'm
this
saying
week.
is, if there's monkey news worth doing, I'll know about it. And there isn't anything, so let's leave it.
Right, okay, you are going to give me some monkey news, right, I'm telling you, you are going to give me some monkey news, or we're not leaving.
Right, well, my mum sent me some. Right. I got a little letter from her doing the usual sort of stuff, telling me what she'd been up to and that. It was a little thing about somewhere in Lincolnshire or something.
Right, good.
Do a bit of monkey throwing.
God, what do you mean?
Because some fella got attacked by one once. And sort of to remember him, on this certain day, they go, oh, it was today, wasn't it? And that fella got attacked by a little monkey and that. And something about chucking monkeys about.
That's horrible.
I don't know if they're real. I think it's just like to remember.
All right.
But that's the only sort of stuff that's knocking about out there.
But it's not, that's not
I've got my mum and dad on it, looking all the time.
There must be more monkey news than that.
There isn't nothing. I mean, there's bits and pieces. There was a bit about Donna Eyre, how when she has a kid, she's going to let a gorilla look after it for a week or something. But apart from that, it's dead out there.
Well, I don't know what that means.
She's well, that's it. Apparently,
well, it's not true. She's not going to let a gorilla look after a child.
No, it is. Apparently, a fella works with him or something, and
this is rubbish.
It's not rubbish.
How can she let a gorilla look after a baby for a week?
Well, forget it.
Sorry, have you ever heard her speak? Can I just give you a little fact here? Someone's emailed in for you, Carl. They've sent an interesting fact for you. I think you're going to be interested in this. Don't read it on the email. Let me read it for you. I think you'll be excited. An interesting fact from Karl. That's from Toby. He says, Attila the Hun punished some fella who annoyed him by cutting off his arms and legs. You'll love this. And stitching his arms back where his legs should be. And vice versa. Look at his face. Look at a little smile that's just cracked on his lips. That is the kind of fact you've been waiting for all day, isn't it?
So go on, again, so...
Attila the Hun, right? Some guy didn't like. He cut off his arms and his legs, and he stitched his legs on where his arms should be, and his arms where his legs should be. Look at him looking at his body, trying to picture it.
Yeah. I'll let it sink in for a little while, then I'll ruin it for him. Karl, what are you thinking?
I'm just picturing it.
Right, he would have died. it would have been tokenistic. There's no way that person could have lived through it. So it was just to the Huns' fun. He probably put him on a stick outside his gate or something. There's no way in those days that he could have gone through complete limb amputation. And
so would he have wore a jumper for pants?
Who's the winner of the competition?
From Walthamstow, it's Joe Ogden. Well done, Joe. You got the correct answer, which was what?
The fella with two heads at number 50.
Number 50. Is that it? Are we off?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right. Cheers. More of the same drivel next week.
Bye.
104.9 XFM. You all right? This is Karl, producer of Ricky Gervais and Steve Merchant. They're not about today. Ricky's on holiday. Steve couldn't be bothered. So I'm left here with all the DATs. That's a digital audio tape of all the shows they've done since they've been here over the last, I don't know, year and a half or something. So we'll play you some of the best bits. All right, so here's the first bit.
Here's a problem that someone's emailed in. We're taking emails today. If you've got a problem, a concern, or, just a general query that you think Karl could answer for you. It could be about anything. It could be about some of the big kind of philosophical questions. Yeah. It could be something to do with war or famine, anything like that. Or it could just be a personal dilemma, something that's happening locally. Anyway, this seems one that I think you and your father have probably come across this sort of dilemma in the past. Yeah. And I'd be interested to know what your take is on it. Let me see. This is from Lee Matthews by the look of it. He says, he lives in a suburban area where the local teenagers also live on the same road, and they're running riot. They're smashing wing mirrors off the cars. They're crashing into parked cars on their skateboards. And they're just generally making mayhem, night and day. What can he do to stop this going on? The parents of the kids don't seem to give a damn. Anyone who complains to them, they just say, "Oh, piss off." The police are useless because they never catch him in the actual act of violence, which is what they got to do to apparently convict them. So they don't know who to turn to, really. It's rather like when a little old lady went and got the A-team,
and he was dressed as an elderly Chinaman.
Exactly.
She knew who he was. Colonel Decker didn't have a clue.
Yeah. You see, it's weird because now it has got out of hand.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like years ago when I was growing up on the estate, you had problems, but not like you have now. Do you know what I mean?
Summers were nice as well, weren't they?
Well, right. And
police are getting shorter and younger.
But you yourself kind of admitted in the past that you were something of a tearaway. You didn't do anything like these kids here.
The thing is, I was scared that if I got caught doing it, my dad would go mad.
Yes.
And I remember smashing a car window by accident and legging it in the lounge and sort of pretending to go asleep on the settee. Right?
Genius.
And I heard a knock at the door.
He chloroformed himself just to be unconscious when his dad came home.
And there was a knock on the door, and I thought, oh God, this is a fella who saw me. I was chucking a stone in the air, seeing how high I could throw it.
Of course you were. Did it keep landing on your head? That would explain a lot.
And it came down.
Chucking a stone in the air, love it.
To see how far I could throw it.
Brilliant.
So, I wasn't bothering anyone.
Did you invent that game?
Right,
Did you get the stone for your birthday? Go and play with your stone.
He gave one to Suzanne.
Karl, go and play with your stone.
No, the thing is, right, and it came down at a funny angle, and
of course it did.
It ate the back of this car, and the back window is the most expensive because it has that heating thing in it.
Yeah,
in case you got a frosty window. Yeah. So I thought, oh God. So I legged it in, got on the settee, went to sleep, knocked at the door.
Genius. It's a brilliant plan. It's a brilliant plan. I couldn't be guilty. I'm asleep.
So
I love the idea.
So the thing is, our lounge used to sort of, you could see in from the door, right? So this family who saw me do it, saw me asleep on the settee, and my mum said, "Go and get the door." And I sort of went, "What?" As if I'd been asleep. Yeah. I went to the door, like rubbing my eyes, and the fella said, "What did you run off for? I saw you." I was like, "Oh no." And I didn't see my dad. I went out. It was when he was working sort of evenings. So I went out so I didn't have to see my dad. And then the next day I came home from school, and my dad said, 45 quid. Ooh. That's all he said when he looked at me.
And then you fell asleep when he went, wake up. You know what I said? No, 45 quid.
Now the thing
Karl,
is, he didn't have to do
£45, Karl. Now I know you were saving up for a brick, but you can't have it.
Yeah. Just
so, equally, if you're doing a bigger crime, a bank job or a murder.
Remember to take the stocking off your head, because they wake you up and go, "Why have you got a stocking on your head?" Just go, "Oh, I had a weird dream."
Right.
What are they again?
Is the tip included?
Yeah, go on that one.
Right. In Turkey,
Nice.
It's not, actually. That's where I went, and there was little fellas after Suzanne in the kitchen.
What? What do you mean?
We went to Turkey.
You went to Turkey and there were some little fellas.
Well, they had quite a few sort of midgets working in the kitchen.
Why? Is it a theme?
No,
was it a theme holiday?
I don't know. Might get them cheaper or something.
Was it?
So they were working cheaper. They were working in the kitchen, and one of them fancied Suzanne and kept sort of eyeing her up, and she was winding me up, saying, "Oh,
not eyeing up and down, just eyeing her up."
Yeah. Anyway, no. So
what was she doing in the kitchen?
No, it's like a pick what you want to eat type buffet, but you have people clearing the tables and that ready for you to come along.
Are they low tables?
And he was just keeping an eye on her.
What did he say though? Was he
Turkish, so I don't know what he was saying.
But he was
little fella, yeah.
What do you mean a little fella? What do you mean little fella?
Sort of dwarf-like.
What do you mean dwarf-like? He had magic powers, or he was 4 foot? No, what do you mean, Karl?
A little bloke, just like a normal bloke, but small. If you stood him in the desert, you wouldn't know.
But he'd be hot and says, right, Karl.
You should watch out for the monkeys.
Yeah, underground.
Those underground monkeys.
Look, you can't just say there was a little midget fella who was eyeing up my girlfriend and then leave it. What do you mean? What was happening? This is a story to us. This is much more interesting to us than, and she was deaf, right, and she hit her head. That's much more.
I don't understand how it manifested itself. Did he come over and say something?
No. Do you know when it's like girls know, don't they? When someone fancies them.
What do you mean there was lots of them as well?
Do they? That's worth knowing.
Listen, right, come on. Right. So you went to this holiday, yeah?
Yeah.
And you went into the dining room or something?
Yeah, downstairs.
And you looked over.
You thought, this is all. There's no one serving.
Yeah. And they go,
wait a minute.
Hold on. You looked down and there was a little waiter.
There was loads of them running around busy.
Why though? Why did they get
summer?
What do you mean?
Because it was summer.
They had more of them.
They come out in summer.
What do you mean they had more? What do you mean?
Because it's busy, isn't it?
Well, no, but they hibernate in the winter.
Why were they all midgets?
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't heat stunt your growth or something.
No.
Well, they just happened to. Maybe it was a thing that they did for tourists or something. I don't know. I just got on with my meal. It was a holiday. Do you know what I mean?
God.
Right,
so some midgets serving. I'm not going to ask any questions.
Right, okay, yeah.
So they're all little fellas running around, and this one always was like, do you want a new serviette? You know what I mean? Going out of his way to sort of...
for turning on the charm.
Yeah, he was going out of his way. The others weren't.
Right. I think what was happening is he'd been working with Santa all the winter.
Yeah.
This is sort of little summer break.
This one was your waiter, and so he was being polite to you.
Maybe.
But what did Suzanne say then?
She was using it to wind me up.
What was she saying?
Just like, look.
He may be small, but he's built like a...
Yeah, he's all man.
So...
Were you jealous of a midget then? You were jealous of him?
It is a bit annoying, isn't it?
Why?
It wouldn't bother me as much now, because I've been with her for ages.
Right.
But at the time, that might have been one of our first holidays, and it's like...
You don't want to be
what's going on? I paid for this holiday.
Yeah.
And then you get off with a midget?
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway.
But it doesn't matter, because you got chatted by a bearded lady. So.
Yeah.
Tell you what, no, that's got nothing to do with that.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say the hotel was half board, and maybe...
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say it's just one of her shortcomings.
So listen, right?
Play a record.
He said this, oh God, it's like a child or a cat when it's confused. He went, Steve reckons in ancient Greece, right, it was better to shag a bloke than a woman. And I went, well, yeah. I mean, that's about the male being sort of a first-class citizen, much better, wasn't it? An aspiration to sleep with a beautiful man than a beautiful woman.
Women were lower-class citizens, so therefore men were seen as higher class. So to have sexual relations with a man, there was no shame in that. No. In fact, it was looked upon.
And I said, well, ancient Rome. I said, Nero, he sit in his big jacuzzi and he used to get, pretty boy men to go into the water and just nibble at his testicles while he was having a watch.
He didn't do that.
He did. Yeah.
And he's not a gay fella.
No. Well, no. I mean, I don't know about Nero, but I mean, it wasn't a case of a big delineation between what was heterosexual and what was gay. It was just, whatever you.
So what did this fella do then? This one who's having his.
Well, he was pretty much top boy, Nero, for a while.
He was in charge.
And and you did what you're told. If Caesar or.
But why were people going round there? Why didn't they go? Oh.
No, they weren't dropping in. It wasn't like the door was opening. I was going to see what Nero's doing. you'd have probably been like a delivery boy or a stable boy or something, you know, and you'd have popped round there and you'd have gone, there, right, Nero, there's the tablets of stone you wanted. And they go, Pilkington, why are you out here? Pop under, I don't know why he's French.
What is that?
I don't know why he's French. Just pop under the water and nibble at my testicles and you'd have done it.
Because he was Nero.
I wouldn't.
You would have.
There's no way I would have done.
Yeah, well, you would have.
What have I done? I've dropped a pizza off.
Yeah, you put around to Nero's place with pizza.
Right, I'd say I've done my job. Right?
Yeah.
That's not the sort of tip I wanted.
No, he'd have said, get the little baldy chap to nibble at my testicles, and you'd have been under the water.
I wouldn't have done it.
No,
Well, you put me head under water. I wouldn't have done it.
Can I just say this, Steve? Not only would you be nibbling at his testicles, you'd have been going mad. You'd have been noshing him just for extra. You'd have been doing everything he wanted. You'd have been going, he'd have gone, I didn't ask you to do that. You'd have been going mental. They'd have been chewing, slurping, smacking, poking. You'd have chopped, you'd have gnawed his packet off. You'd think you were eating Walker's crisps. There'd be bubbles, there'd be flood. Oh, it'd be horrible.
Alright, this is Karl, the producer of Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant on XFM 104.9. We're playing out some of the best bits. Hope you're enjoying it. Here's another one. Last week when I did Do We Need 'Em, do you know when I called up one of the museums, in a science museum?
Yeah, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I wanted to tell you before when the song was on, but you're so busy listening to it.
Yeah, was I so busy listening to a song I was playing?
Yeah, but we're doing a radio show, aren't we?
All right, what's your point?
Well, I just wanted to say, she emailed in to say I got her name wrong, so I'm just apologising for that.
What did you call her?
I think I called her Jessica.
What was her name?
I don't know, I've got it on email somewhere.
This is not an apology.
No, I'm just saying.
You've got it wrong again!
You've not even said her real name. How is that an apology?
Well, I remember, I read the email, so, yeah,
But who are you apologising to?
I think her name's Jackie, I think.
Oh, you've got it wrong again, haven't you?
Well, anyway, and she just said if you want to see dinosaurs and that, go to the museum.
You were complaining about that as well, weren't you? You went to a museum and there was too many dinosaurs. He said you just need 4.
No, well, Steve, have you been to the one in Knightsbridge?
I think
this
so.
One that I called up, right? It's nice. You go in, you get a good collection of stuff. You walk in, there's 3 or 4 dinosaurs. You've had enough, right? I went into New York, right? I went to the museum there, hundreds of them. You can't move for dinosaurs. Yeah. It's almost like they're responsible for them being extinct. There's loads of them. So all I'm saying is, if you want to see a dinosaur, go to the one near Knightsbridge. They've got a nice selection, some old vases and stuff. It's worth going. So.
Some people emailed in the songs with stories in it. One of them was Babushka, and he went, what's that? And I went, no, it's Katie Bush. I went, what is it? I said, it's about a woman who dresses up as another woman and seduces her husband. He went, they wouldn't work. Just dismissed it like that. Why do you think it would work?
Because you'd know. I mean, say like, right, Suzanne, right, who I go out with, right? She can see me from, say, if I'm coming down the high street.
Yeah.
She knows it's me by the way I walk.
Right.
So, just the fact that this woman went and put a wig on, there is no...
You haven't even heard the song!
I know, but you're saying that she put a disguise on and he's like, oh, I fancy her, and he takes her out, and he doesn't know it's his missus.
You're not buying it?
I mean, I'm controlling this.